Hello and welcome to Age of Empire. This is episode 3 of our 10th year of doing this. 10 years just seems like a bit of a long
You
time.
get less from murder.
I'm saying that every episode in this year. Okay, so what we're up to, we're going to take a look at this month's new releases. We're going to talk about what we've been up to. We're going to have a look at the State of the Union. Chris has got some words he wants to have. We're going to read some letters from the audience. So shall we crack on and just go straight into new releases?
Yeah, let's do it. Of course, there is myself here. Hello.
Oh, yes, I haven't introduced you guys, have I? Good.
That's how it was to be.
It's all right. We know you're the talent here. We're just here to
No,
support you.
no, it was, I think the description
Other way
was,
around, I
it
think
was
we're the
me
talent.
and the talent. So I'm not sure if that's implying that you're some sort of himbos that...
I'll be
Anyway,
we
we have Chris Mills, and his younger, older,
Bonjour.
whatever brother. Graham
Definitely not
Mills.
younger.
Definitely
Definitely not younger.
Not with this beard. Yes.
No,
Hello.
you are going a bit grayer than.
Awesome.
I'm going to diet. I'm going to diet.
Ooh.
I don't see the problem.
Underneath my headphones,
We
there
have
is a
talked about
distinct
this, haven't we?
patch of grey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you know, and you have been warned that if you dye your beard,
Which I'm going to.
yeah, which you're absolutely going to, so you look like 2003 Rafa Benitez again,
bad
or
luck.
some sort of Italian car salesman, that your siblings, one in particular that isn't me, will absolutely torment.
He looks like a slightly paler, what's his name? Mbomo from Manchester United. If you look at him. David.
David
Who
looks like
listens
Brian
to this
Mbumo.
podcast, he looks like Brian Mbumo. Check it out next time you see him.
I know who you mean.
See if you can't recognise that is my brother in a transformed into the body.
Insofar
of
as
forward.
okay, insofar as he has a beard and no hair, yes, that is it. That is the.
He'll be
what's
listening to this on his
What's the-
delivery, and he'll be going
what's the,
absolutely berserk.
What's the game where you have to flick down
Really?
the faces if they
No.
don't have the if they don't have the
Guess
details?
who? Guess
Guess
who?
who? That, Graham, is the Guess Who description of Dave. Bald and a beard. That's it. That's all you've gone for. With that is, Dave,
I've seen him wear
I
glasses.
know you're more
sometimes.
than that. I know you're more than a
Don't start a
bald and
current.
a beard.
I think he looks exactly like him.
Just remember that.
Every time I
Just
see him, I think,
remember.
oh, Dave's playing again. Yeah.
Just remember, Dave, I didn't have you down just to 2 visual things that marks your identity.
Visual quality.
Unlike aged Rafa Benitez.
Rafa Benitez there. Yeah, fair enough.
Once referred to as Dennis Hopper, if I remember correctly.
I was once referred to as Dennis Hopper in my summer days, but yes, I went to a pub in and around the Chelsea area when Rafa Benitez was the manager, and they all started singing the Rafa Benitez chant at me. So,
Yeah.
there's definitely something there because I look like Rafa Benitez. Because I did look like Rafa Benitez, to be fair. I'll dye my beard and you can see if me and Rafa Benitez could both be in the same identity lineup, who would get.
I met Rafa Benitez, and no, I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, they were Chelsea fans, so clearly.
But yeah, if you're playing Guess Who,
Group. Hang on, I'm just looking on my. I have a photo of us from 1,000 years ago that I showed some of the guys when we were away. Our view in prime Rafa Benitez. I look terrible in it because I have my long hair.
Didn't you dye your hair black at one point?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Don't come at me about the dyeing my. Yeah, I've never dyed my hair. I haven't had to dye.
I'd like to point out, Graham, I
30
was
years.
17 at the time. So
I think we all dyed our hair at 17 once.
I didn't.
Then
I
realised
had
it
it
was
perm. I
terrible.
had a Bon
Yeah.
Jovi perm.
if
I'm sure it's
I am,
worse.
there are
my-
some
my-
terrible
the
photos
fact-
of me on my Facebook profile with my dyed black hair, and
Yes.
it's not a great look. I look like a vampire.
You do look like a vampire.
How? Yeah. However, the person that I'm in those photos with at that time more than makes up for the fact that I look like a vampire.
Yeah. That is a good point too.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you
Jump
go.
into new releases.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Tangent.
What are we here to talk about?
Oh yeah, I can't remember now. Oh yeah, that's right. Heresy. Go, Mr. B, for new release.
New releases. We have had a few new releases this month. So let's start with what we have. Where is it? Up here.
We can't start with what we don't have, Mr. B.
No, we can't indeed. It would help if I turned it on, wouldn't it? There we go.
I've heard that before.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so new releases. We're starting off with a Myrmidon Destructor Host, £47 or £39.50 at Element Games for 6 Myrmidons. These guys are armed with either your is it Darkfire Lances and the irradiation engines.
Yeah. Not the best of choices. I mean, the Darkfire Lances are pretty good, but I'm not sure whether I would take these over Castellax with Darkfire Lances. I mean, the models look great, though. I will say they're much better than the other ones. But and also, you can chuck them into a transport and get them driven up the board quite quickly. And I think the Voltrax is great. Actually, good model. Always was a good looking model, I think.
Yeah. Myrmidons. I'm guessing at some point soon we will have another set of these with different weapons.
Quite possibly.
So that's almost certainly going to happen. The Voltarax Stratos Automata, £42.08 at Element Games, or £49.50 at Games Workshop. Not really any options there, is it? It's just what it is, isn't it?
It doesn't have any options on the model and the rules either. It is what you get, basically. And it's actually quite effective. It's got a strength 10 weapon on it now, which is quite good. But it isn't flying anymore. It's just a quick automata. So it does
the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it will fit with the flying rules.
No. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. And I'm gonna. So actually, what I've done is the Element Games had one box set left of the Skitari and the Voltrax.
And
I've already got one box set already. So
I was looking at that. Okay, never mind.
And
the other day they have that, and I'm like, oh, if I have it free on payday.
Unlucky, mate, because I bought it.
And he'll sell it to you for 3 times the price.
Yeah, scalping.
Scalp.
Yes, but because I was going to get the Custodes thing, and then I had a complete rethink about that whole thing, and thought actually I'm going to get some more Skitari and have 2 Voltrax, and then I can approximately get rid of the Kaitan in my Mechanicum army and just have more Automata, which is the there's the Voltrax and some scoring Skitari to run onto the objectives.
Did you not fancy the Myrmidons then?
No, I really didn't, because my army is technically supposed to be automata based, and so I just thought I actually what I don't need more shooting. I need things to get on objectives.
Yeah.
That aren't textbooks, because I hate them.
I have no idea where to go with my Mechanicum. It just can't figure out what direction to go in.
I'm really happy with the way that I've got it now. To be honest with you, this all automata route has really worked out well.
Not that I intend to play Mechanicum anytime soon. So, okay. Next up, more Mechanicum. We've got the Skitari Marshal, Battle Pilgrim Marshal. He's £25 or £21.50 at 25 at Element Games. I really like this model. I think he's a nice model.
They just remind me of the locusts from Ants.
I can totally see that.
I can't see past it.
Also,
they're called Pilgrim. All I can think of is John Wayne going, howdy
Pilgrim. Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. They do have, it's the long legs, right? I think that make them.
And I think the colour scheme as well doesn't.
I was thinking about doing them in a sort of dark, sort of like Brass Scorpion with Agrax Earthshade mix.
Yeah.
So like a dark bronze armour. And I'm still not sure about the colour of their cloaks, whether to go red with the rest of my army or whether to go a different colour, because they're obviously the Skitari, so they would be different. Maybe a black, or maybe I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. Some sort of dark.
I think personally I'd stick with red just because for Mars theme.
Yeah.
Because my entire Mechanicum is all themed after Mars, so.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's what I will personally do, but that's just me. But yeah, I love these. £25. And then you've got the big old pack. It's a 16 pack, isn't it? The Pilgrim Corpus. £54.50, or the Element Games will charge you $46.32 at the minute. I do like these, but I think I need to see them in different colour schemes.
Yeah, I think that's the problem that I have looking at those pictures. They are so pale and they just don't visually excite me. I like the legs. I think their design is interesting. I like their
Oh yeah,
insectoid.
it just
kind
looks
of shape,
too
legs,
Necromunda.
but I
Mm.
just
Yeah,
I think
I think that sort of pale green doesn't do them any favors. Not with that
No.
problem. I don't think it's
no.
I'm looking at it and I'm just
from a contrast. I feel.
I'm looking at it and it feels just like this is a Necromunda miniature, not a 30k miniature.
Mm.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to putting them together. See how they get on. But yeah, I think I've got in my army next in my new list is 2 squads of these. I think with 12 in each one. 1 pilgrim leader guy, and then 2 Voltrax.
I need to arrange a game with someone soon because I really want to try out these relic missions. Because you know Jens, don't you? From
Yeah. You used to come to Champion Legends.
Yeah. Speak to him the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, the relic missions are absolutely incredible."
Yeah, they do look good. Well,
And
I think we
like,
should probably do a review of the book. Actually, now
he says that they completely change the game, and it's the best way to play the game.
I think there's something probably in part of our discussion later on about V3 and where it's at, which I think is something we should lean into a little bit on that subject.
Absolutely. Okay, next up, you got some books. Horus Rising. Oh my god, Horus Rising coming out again. Yay. No, in all seriousness, they reissued the book. I don't know. This is one of the series that they're doing. I kind of think they should reissue the lot because there's a lot of people out there who want the hardback books. I don't know why. Personally, I prefer an EPUB, but we're all different, right?
I can definitely see the appeal of having a bookcase full of the premium editions.
Oh, the premium editions, yeah. If I had the scratch to
if
afford.
you could get it sold out online.
Yeah, which is annoying.
Oh,
they did say it will come. I think they said it was going to come back.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure they said it was going to come back. I'm pretty sure they said this wasn't like a one-off.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And they have previously said that limited edition stuff like that is going to be made to order going forward.
That works. It does look. You're right. It does look good. It's a great book as well. Even I've read it.
Yeah.
If I could afford that, the premiums, I would absolutely. But the hardback was £22 or 1870 Element Games. I think they've both sold out now. And the premium edition, which sold out within minutes, was £50.
Is that the one on? Which one of those on the?
The one
the
on
premium is on the right.
Ground.
Yeah.
That's £50.
So it's like all the special editions they did for the Siege book.
It's like bound in. I think they said it was Apple leather, which is really nice. And it's proper. It's proper nice. Have you ever felt any of or had any of the premium books, Graham, or seen them?
No, it'd be ridiculous.
They are lovely.
Yeah,
I've got the. I don't know how much book it's in the series is, but yeah, some with the Imperial Fist logo on it.
Yeah, you got the first wall, I think.
Yeah.
Gav Forbes. Is it Gav Forbes?
I
think it's Gav Forbes one.
don't know. It's behind me over my shoulder somewhere. But yeah, Pete got it and had a spare and kindly parted with it in my direction. And
that's an interesting story. I quite like that one. Okay. Yeah. Next we have some. Well, Chris, please hold your rage.
Look, models. Oh, how exciting! If only they could be built in different and interesting ways.
As you can see, Chris is a little.
Oh, I didn't know they were push fit. That's fantastic.
They're not.
Oh,
who said they're push fit?
I did.
Because I said they couldn't be built in new and different and interesting ways.
And I was
they're I've seen the instructions. They're not exactly monopose, but they're not far off it.
Yeah,
they're not far off it. It's there's less you can do with those, I think, that you can do with the Astartes kit.
Okay, sounds like my Konami.
Yes, but you still have to build them, Graham.
Anyway, that's a
sold out online. £160. You got 12, 13
£180, wasn't it?
£128 at Element Games. It was
160 at GW. You get the plastic Caladius, plastic Achilles Dreadnought, Sentinel Squad, Guardian Squad, and the new Shield Captain.
The Dreadnought can be built as either.
Oh, that is exciting.
Hold on a minute. I think my sarcasm meter's just broken. I might have to go and get a new one.
I think, as we previously discussed, this is not a kit for your veteran Custodes player. This is a kit for someone who's new to Custodes.
Get a time machine. Go back. That's what you should do. Save your £160. Invest in time.
In the time. Yeah. Some tachyon
Okay.
particles.
What about the Liber Custodes? Okay, so what about the Liber Custodes? Did you buy this, Chris?
Oh, did I? Hell. £32.50 for some detachments, the prime advantages, and the advanced reactions. Whereas everything else is effectively from the PDF. No, I'm okay, thanks.
Apparently, the costs are all different.
Well, that'll new recruit will probably sort that.
Yeah, thanks very much.
I'll be honest with you. Based on the amount of lore in the book, it sounds ugh. But
yeah,
you'd want more. But the Solar Auxilia has got a decent amount in it, but not that much.
The books have lore in.
Yes,
I
they
think
do.
that the yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy it because I read the reviews on Saturday, and I was like, yeah, okay, great.
Did you find out if Valdor is bulky 3 or 4?
Well, on a couple of reviews, we'll come on to it later.
Let's do that. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, we could just ask Greg, you know.
No, I've have an answer pretty much in my head already because there's no way he's not. Oh, okay. 3 or 4.
Next up, we've got the Glaive Super Heavy Special Weapons Tank, £125 or £100 at Element Games. I think there's a fair few people who've been looking forward to this in plastic.
Does look good.
Yeah,
it's been a great looking tank.
It's a good looking tank. It's no notes, I believe is the phrase.
It looks even better in plastic than it did in resin.
It's hard to tell. I can't really see a huge difference, to be honest with you.
It's just, I think it's because the resin one, half of it is basically the Baneblade chassis.
It is, you're right. Yeah.
So it's I think they've just sort of refined the bits. I don't know, it just looks better than my resin one. Not that I'm going to rush out and upgrade my resin one. I have no intention of doing that. Why would I? That would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this just looks that little bit better, especially with things like the doors being the new heresy circle.
Oh yeah,
sort of like shapes, stuff like that. It's just nice. Plus the extra weapon choices. Not that personally I would take anything other than the las cannons.
Las cannon, right? Yeah. My choice there.
And obviously,
it's not the terror that it once was, is it? I mean, it was incredible in the first issue.
I think we discussed this.
It's been successfully launched and nerfed since.
But it's better now than it was in last edition. But I think Super Heavies are better in the last than in the
with
last
this edition. The Glaive, the Custodes Caladius, and the Mechanicum Krios. They are the 3 most sci-fi tanks.
Mm-hmm.
I think in Heresy, but they all have different. Obviously, they do. They take different things from different sci-fis, and they all incorporate them deliciously. I think the Glaive I think is probably my favorite Super Heavy.
Agreed.
I think I prefer the Fellblade to it, but it does look very cool. I will give it that. It's up there.
Yeah.
And of course, something that I completely forgot about was that you can take a Super Heavy. It doesn't have to be the same detachment type as your main force. So my Mechanicum could rock up with my Fellblade, which I might try for lols.
Yeah.
Hence why my Imperial Fists have a Macarius.
Oh yeah. Very good.
Definitely take a Tailblade for the Custodes if I was going to. Just for some backline.
A bit more
guns,
shooting.
Bit more shooting, yeah.
All right, cool.
But I mean, that leads into discussions for later. But next up, we've got a Journal Tactica Mail Fist Legionis Astartes Super Heavy Tanks.
You'll be surprised to know that I bought this.
Shock and horror.
I want to. I'm just absolutely brassic for a bit.
No,
I think my purchases have to be very limited.
Do we know what's in it?
I am being given an Orcs combat patrol, but that's That's pretty much all I'm going to be having.
I think it's got
48 pages.
it's got a super heavy Decurion type.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that. What I know Chris is going to say they're £17.50, right? But if you read any of the Legion's these journals, right, they contain so much lore, and it's like, why can't you do this with the actual core rule book? Because this is so much better.
Because that's the whole idea, Mr. B. That's the entire point of these books.
Yeah. I mean, I bought it from Element Games. I think £14.
Story.
Yeah, for £17 for the amount of lore you get in there, I'm actually happy with that, especially with because the rules so far have been pretty decent. But I just it's sort of like people are like, oh, this is DLC for the game. It's terrible. We don't want it. And then it's like, oh, no, it is. I mean, it is. But I think they're giving you a decent value if you are into the lore. If you're into the lore, these are really good value.
I think if you just want the rules,
if you just want the rules, they're terrible value.
It's not so good.
Anyway,
I bought it anyway because super heavy tanks.
Yeah, and they've got some cool missions in there apparently. But yeah, I can see that Decurion being rather tasty.
I'm just trying to think how I can retrospectively or retroactively rather apply somebody to my Fellblade here. Actually, no,
you don't have to.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't. Don't. If someone's gonna rock up to me and say, "Oh, by the way, this tank has a Decurion in it," he's not represented. I've paid for the points upgrade. Yeah, cool. You don't have to. I don't have the exact Imperial Fist model version of him. Yeah, cool. Rocket.
That would mess with my WYSIWYG.
I would argue.
It's not WYSIWYG. The guy, you don't have to have the commander sticking out of the thing going, drive me faster so I can hit them with my sword.
You totally do.
You don't have to have
the rules say you do.
Can I just ask a question? You know, in bolt action, how your tank's got Cooper sticking on top of it. Was your command tank got a guy sticking on top of it?
Yeah, my Cromwell's got a guy sticking on top.
My Stug 3 has a guy sticking out of it.
Yeah, one of my fire. My normal Sherman does.
But in the rules, it's
an upgrade. Who cares?
You have to model it.
It's an upgrade. Who cares?
Well, I care, Mr.
I care.
No, serious. I'm normally the guy who's like, yeah, the modeling is like important, but I don't think on this case that it does need to be important. I think what needs to be important is that you've paid the upgrade and the person you're playing is well aware that you have the Decurion. I think you've got to be clear. This is the tank, the Decurion. Mark it in some way, but for a Fellblade, you're not exactly going to have a couple of Fellblades on the table.
No, fair enough.
So, Goonhammer have a whole thing about the Decurions saying it's an upgrade.
I'm pretty sure the rules, and I haven't looked at them. I'll have to get the books. I'm pretty sure it says you have to model it, but I could be talking out the backside. What do you think, listeners? Well,
okay, moving on then. So we have some less than exciting aspects. We have two basically a painting handle, cheap painting handle, £4 or £3.20 at Element Games. It's not spring loaded. It's just a plastic, cheaper version of the painting handle. They're still selling the same spring loaded one, just cheaper for some reason. No idea why. They've also got a tool set for £10 at Element Games or £12.50. It's the one they give away free with the collectible magazines. It's pretty.
I couldn't that painting handle until I saw the picture with the model being held by it. I could not understand how it was a painting handle.
Yeah, it's what?
How does it grip anything?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's not. I prefer the spring-loaded ones. But if it's cheaper, whatever. But it's only like £2 cheaper or something.
£4,
and the tool set, to be honest, these are rubbish. These are absolutely rubbish. The mold line remover is fine, but you really need to 3D print a handle for it.
So the spring-loaded painting handle, Mr. B, is double the price. In fact, 8 of your finest pounds.
Oh, maybe I'm just thinking because I get it from like Element Games or Games at Heart. It's one of those things. Sometimes I feel like if I'm going to play in the store and I'm not, it's like sometimes I'll be like, I'm going to buy a paint or, I'll buy a painting handle instead for a long time. And it was like, that's how I've got 25 of them.
Yeah, that's why you're the
Yeah.
UK's premier.
Probably why they did the cheap version, thinking, oh, wow, there's a big market for these. They're like hotcakes.
Okay. And there's also a set of dice, just ivory coloured dice, £7.50
Yeah.
or £6
Yeah,
at
Warhammer
Games. They're
dice.
just
So-
Warhammer dice set. I don't know why they're. Maybe it's just. I was going to say preparing for Christmas, but it's flipping March. So,
Hmm.
okay, we've got a couple of honourable mentions. These are modelling opportunities, I think. You've got the Red Corsairs Reed Captain, £27 or £22.95 at Element Games. And the Red Corsair Raiders, £38.50 or £32.72 at Element Games. I think these have got lots of opportunities for Traitor Marines and or potentially Black Shields, which would kind of fit in with that pirate feel.
Are they Primaris Marines or are
No.
they?
They are Chaos Marines, so they are.
I wasn't sure if they've been
First
Primarisified to.
They're bigger than the old school. They're not quite Primara size, but they are bigger.
They would be good for a Black Shields, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Just thinking something.
Particularly my pirate-themed Black Shields that I wrote.
I quite like the Reef Captain. He's got a couple of different builds as well, and I think he's really nice.
Yeah, he's a very cool figure.
And then
they are super emo looking though. That's
they are. I love that hair on that guy in the middle. It's like for these guys in the middle, there's only 5 of them in a pack, which is like But I will probably sprinkle these throughout squads.
They love a bit of My Chemical Romance. These guys, that is absolutely their jam.
I would probably scatter these
Stone
raiders.
Sour.
Yeah. I'd probably scatter these guys throughout the squad to sort of like my squad leaders and sergeants and such.
Yeah, good looking.
They are good. They are good, actually. Yeah. Okay.
So that would be me. And then finally, a couple of combat patrols. Red Corsairs and Night Lords. Very chaosy themed. The Red Corsairs one maybe a little less useful because it's got those.
Bloodthirsters,
no, they're Velgor Ravagers. They're Beastmen.
Okay.
So if you want a militia army as well or a militia detachment, yay, great. Go on, you get a Rhino, you get 5 Raiders and a Reed Captain. But that's very tangential. The Night Lords, however, not so much. Sorry, very much not the case. You've got Chosen and you've got a Chaos Marine squad there, a Rhino and a Captain with a jump pack. Definitely late heresy, especially for Night Lords. And you've got Night Lords sort of upgrade sprue.
That seems like a better value one. I mean, if they'd given you, 10 Corsairs, for example, that would have been great, but they haven't. They've given you 5, annoyingly.
I think that's
that jump pack dude in the Night Lords one. He's super cool.
Yeah, he's the normal Chaos Captain with a jump pack.
I've got that. That's the figure that I used for my jump pack guy. With my Sons of Horus.
Yeah, I think he's.
It looks like it's sort of because that's sort of the Warp Talons. Vibe, isn't it? They were super cool unit.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the Warp Talons still existed in 40k. I just wish there was sort of like a similar-ish unit for late Heresy 30k because that would be a lot cooler.
Probably be a Journa Tactica at some point, Mr. B, just to
probably the mutated jump marines. Anyway, that's basically it.
What were they called in the Chaos Space? They were called something, weren't they?
Raptors.
Raptors.
The Raptors, which were like your classic assault marines, and then the Warp Talons all had lightning claws.
There's a Night Lords Warp Talon pack at the minute. I'll see if I can find it.
I had some for my World Eaters.
I think it's for Kill Team. Kill Team. Kill Teams.
I think out of the two, I would definitely get the Night Lords one.
Yeah.
Where is the Night Lords? Nemesis Claw. There is I'm sure I've seen it at Night Lords.
Oh, well. I'm not going to play it, Mr. B. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
They are actually kind of cool looking. I just can't find them now.
Okay.
I could have sworn there was a Night Lords. Unless that's what they're showing that off again tonight. Because we've got a preview tonight.
That's right, there isn't there? Heresy focused.
I'm going to stay up for it because 40k. It's Heresy's one of them.
Okay.
But Solar Auxilia is going to. Oh, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, right. Let's do the. Let's take off for new releases then, and we'll go into what we have been up to.
Okie dokie, now it's time for what we have been up to. And we're going to do something different going forward with this section. It's not just going to be stuff that we have done for Heresy, because sometimes we don't do Heresy things, but we still do hobby stuff. So we're going to start including non-Heresy products in this. So the slow and gradual transference of this show's core premise is slowly beginning. The wheedling away at the foundation has started already.
You never told me this.
Sorry, Mr. B?
You never told me that.
That's how it works. That's how
Let's just not show off everything I do.
Before you know it, this will be a entirely different game-based podcast, and you won't even know it. It'll just happened.
Yeah,
and
naturally.
Our subversive tendencies will have won you over.
I think that seeing as it's the first time I've had to actually create a button to bring up your models, Chris, that you should go first.
Because I don't mind going first.
I have been looking forward to getting you your own button for ages. So here we go.
Well, that's good to know. I painted some tanks, but I painted some tanks from the 20th century and not the 31st millennium. I painted Sherman VC, Sherman Firefly, a Sherman 5, and I'm working on a Matilda, all for bolt action. And it was quite good fun. I quite enjoyed painting them. I think more than I've enjoyed painting something for quite some time. They are a little bit. The more I look at them, the more I think they are a little bit worn, kids' toy kind of vibe, as opposed to realistic representation of the vehicles that they are trying to represent. That's kind of the more I've sort of looked at them over the days since they were done.
I think the thing with bolt action is there's a lot of rivet counters, and I think you sometimes end up accidentally becoming one yourself.
I can
models.
I can get proper rivet county about this game quite easily. I've discovered.
I'm sorry that Matilda isn't perfect.
Matilda's good, like the Matilda.
Someone else made the STL, not me.
It's good STL. It's good.
It's great. Absolutely great. I need to switch that blue out for a lighter blue.
Lighter blue, yeah.
Yeah. And I found a light grey, but it's too light. You can't really see it in that picture. Gotcha. But it's above the blue on the front of the near track going up to the turret.
So what theatre era are you going for then, Chris?
So I'm going to do anything desert will be 1942.
Mm-hmm.
But the Shermans I bought, they're Sherman 5s, which are, because in bolt action, it tells you what tanks you can have for different stages of the war.
Yep.
If you look in the army book, it says late war, early war, middle war. So the Shermans, those particular Shermans need to be late war, so that's why they're North European colours. But yeah, I will probably get some Sherman 2s or 3s, I think, or action do, just for the addition into the desert vibe. I want to try my hand at some infantry in the next couple of weeks. I think that's going to be a fun little stress.
We are starting our bolt action thing soon, Graham, at Hartlepool Gamers. So,
oh right, okay, yeah.
It's just going to be like a turn up once a couple of, arrange a game. You don't have to come down like a set night or anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, well, we'll talk about what I painted.
Yeah. Okay.
I tried to get because the Fireflies did a sort of camouflage attempt on their turret length, so that they didn't look like Fireflies. They looked like 75mm cannons.
Yeah.
So what they would do is paint this wave effect underneath, so that when you were looking through your binoculars at distance, anyway, you wouldn't necessarily you didn't catch the length of the cannon. So I tried to do that to the best of my abilities.
Yeah,
It's
but
there.
it was often very rough, wasn't it? In the
This is
because it was applied in the field.
There's a reason why I've taken the photo from this side of the tank, because the other side of the tank does. I don't know what it was. So I tried doing it with
hard
the
to
turret.
do on a brown surface.
Yeah, and I tried to do it with the turret on, with the turret off, and trying to get the positioning right to be able to do it free. And it was much easier if we do it on one side than the other side, no matter how many times I tried it. I don't know why. Whether it was just the flow of my, because I was flowing, because that's on the left-hand side of the tank. So when I was painting it from the muzzle down.
Right.
And for some reason, it was harder for me to do it from the other side, because my natural way was to go up again.
No, I can see that.
Going left to right, like writing with a page. So I don't know why, but yeah, they look all right. I think they'll happily go on a table and no one will go, "Are you blind?" So that was. They look all right, but yeah, they're probably a bit too kids scuffed, dinky toy than.
I think it's the temptation to over. Did you dry brush them? Because I found that I was.
No, I've got a load of. I bought a bag of little foam ends with sticks on the end, so I can.
Oh yeah,
Makeup stick.
Yeah. I've got a load of those.
Oh, have you? They seem like a useful thing to have, because I've been using makeup ball things to do it.
Yeah, if I see you, I'll give you. I've got a whole bag of them. I've got different shapes and different sizes of them, and you can just have some. That's how I did that turret. The shading on the top of the turret there, using that. But yeah, I think they're okay. I don't think they're not the best work that you'll see out there, but they'll be functional for what I'm going to use them for. So
cool.
But yeah, that's what I've done. 2.5 little tanks. Trying to get the dazzle on the Matilda has been
to challenge that.
A challenge, yeah. But I think it'll be fun once it's done.
Yeah, sounds good.
Eighth time.
Okay. What about yourself, Graham?
Yeah, same. I forgot to mention that I painted my so Gary. I want to say Scottish Gary, because he's from Scotland. Because everybody who have from Scotland is called prefixed with the geographic location. But anyway, when I played him at an event that we ran in Durham, brilliant game against him, and he had a Cyber Mastiff that he called Graham, but then he sent me the same 3D print. But I've painted it, but I haven't put it in here. So these are so I've been painting, again, like Chris, bolt action. So no Heresy painted, really. So that was a Matilda and a Crom Churchill tank done. So yeah, same. I think it was the same 3D print that Mr. B did for us, which I really enjoyed. The Matilda was really nice. I mean, I painted it in Northern European colours, but it was probably not anywhere near Normandy. To be fair,
they were.
I tried to find out whether they used them particularly, but they were like, yeah, not so much. They were the Shermans just came in and replaced them, really. But anyway, it's a lovely model.
They were still used. I'm sure they were.
Matilda.
Yeah, because it was like apparently one of the few wars that was used in every.
Matilda never saw Normandy, my friend.
No.
That the tank the tank is anachronistic to its.
Yeah, but anyway, it was the first one I painted. So
yeah.
A bit of a experiment on how I could paint them, and actually, it came out really well. I thought. I was very pleased with it. The temptation was to overweather, which I'd kind of.
I might be thinking of Churchill.
Churchill was the one that was, I think, quite used.
Yeah, well, the Churchill's Churchill comes in 43, I think. Man,
Okay.
it's doing on internet quickly. But yeah, that's definitely
Yeah, I
last
might
till
be
the end
thinking
of the
of the
war when they get
Churchill
finished.
instead of the Matilda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a really nice tank to paint, and I think I did. It took me a couple of goes to get it right, to be honest with you, because it's very different painting sort of scale models to painting fantasy models, because they have to kind of look right.
Yeah.
So that's quite a pressure. So, and you're sort of agonizing over where to put the decals in the right position, because that's where they would do. And when you put their, their bridge weights on them and stuff like that, it's like, bloody hell, what's happened to me?
But they don't. The thing I found with
There was a day once where I would just bloody, use Iron Warriors dry brushed onto black and then chuck Agrax Earthshade, and that was done.
Well, I was looking at because what are you doing, Mr. B?
Oh, sorry, I was shaking a contrast paint. I should have muted my.
The decal sheet doesn't give you the weight things for both the front and the rear of the tank. It only gives you one for the correct weight.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what we're playing out here, people?
Yeah.
This is
proper rivet. And I had to look up I can't remember what it was, Armored Division. So I tried the Bright Armored Division decals.
8th armored, and then
same. They're both
second. Oh, I looked it up, didn't I? It was
like
the
HQ
second fusion. It's the HQ squad of the. Oh, look it up again.
This is what it gets to. This is the problem, right? You end up agonizing over this stuff because you put the right sort of marker on it. But anyway, long and short of it is, I'm kind of pleased with Hannah Matilda. I was less pleased with this Cromwell. It didn't go quite as well. Sorry, the Churchill. I think I over-weathered it. That was the problem. I got a bit carried away with the weathering, and I was like, not quite so well done. But it's passable. And I've bought what I have found really good for weathering effects is the Green Stuff World pigments.
Yeah.
They're excellent, and they're nice and matte as well. So I'm going to probably just do a little bit of a touch up on the Churchill tank, just to give it a little bit more look. But also things like I'm looking at it and I think I've put the bloody decals in the wrong place on that. But yeah, it's a good start. I've got a load of tanks to build. I've got a Cromwell, 2 Fireflies, and another Churchill to build. So I'm going to be doing those, and then I'll do the infantry.
Oh,
11th Armored Division. Sorry, 11th Armored Division, and then it was the
11th,
23rd Royal Fusion, 23rd Hussars. That was it. That's who your tanks are.
Yeah. But anyway, I enjoyed immensely doing these.
I might be adding to your problems there, Graham.
I mean, both of these are 3D prints that Mr. B did, and they are really good.
Because I've got an Achilles.
Have you? Fantastic. Marvellous. Look at that bad boy.
I just thought it would complement your period of warfare quite well.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that's been me.
So yeah, I'll give you that next time I see you.
Cheers, bro.
It's a bit heavy, mate. Kill a man with that.
Heavy is good, as Boris the Blade once said.
Although to be fair, the turret will need a bit of adjusting with a head right. It's a bit
okay.
Okay. Sticky up. But yeah, I made sure it was the 75 turret, the 76 turret, and not the
yeah, it's got 17-pounder
one, because it was an excellent STL that I got off Join Our Time, I think it was. Anyway, cool.
You're
okay.
a superstar. Okay, that's me.
I painted not a lot this month for Heresy, but I didn't know we were doing everything. But I shan't do everything because I do paint an awful lot. But I painted for Heresy a Demolisher Lehman Russ because, let's face it, the Vanquishers are just nowhere near as good these days. And the Demolisher is very much where it's at. I'm not sure whether to add a third or start getting some Plasma Executioners, but we'll see. And then I've done some Myrmidon Destructors. These ones, I printed these before the plastic ones were revealed. And I was like, yeah, they're never going to make plastic ones, are they? So I made myself, I found a nice STL, bought that and printed these. And I was like, yeah, got some Darkfire Cannons and some Conversion Beamers.
Yeah, Conversion Beamers is probably where I would go with them.
And then they released the plastic ones, and I'm like, well, okay.
But not with Conversion Beamers, so all good.
But I quite like this design. It's similar to the old one, but not quite there.
Yeah.
And then for militia. Now, I'm going to have a look at this because it was in the last edition, but militia could take this field ordnance battery that you have in the that the Cadians got. So I'm going to have a look up in the thing now, but I'm pretty sure they could get it. It was a heavy ordnance battery 29, page 29 in the thing, but it was sort of like siege. No, it must be the other one. No, that's the field gun battery. Yes, there. Yeah, you can have it. Yeah. Thunderblast battle cannon.
That's a good name, isn't it?
Nice, yeah.
Great name.
In this, in 40k, it's the bombast, but yeah, quite happy with my basing scheme I've got on there.
That is good.
Yeah, what I found worked was putting static grass into it, sort of applying static grass into it as it was drying.
Yeah,
sort of makes it look like it's been churned up.
Yeah.
But yes, it's 55. It's 55 points, additional 50 points per model, and for the Thunderblast cannon, it's an additional 10 points. And now I'm going to bore you all by looking up what the Thunderblast cannon.
Well, I want to know. I actually want to know.
Because that does sound actually quite cool. There's the mode.
I would imagine it's a strength 6 AP4.
Small blast in that.
Probably. Flame weapons, las weapons, bolt weapons, melter, missile weapons. Where is it? It's not needle weapons.
Would it be under auto weapons?
So
do you think where the battle cannon?
That's a good idea. That might be there. Thunderblast battle cannon. Here we go. 48-inch range.
Yep.
What FP1? Range strength 6.
What did I say?
AP4.
I still was right.
Damage 1, but heavy AP. Blast 3-inch and pinning 0. So,
it's not terrible.
It's not. It's
55 points, all right. How many guns do you get? Is it 65 points per gun, is it?
It is 55 points for one, and then it is another 50 points for a second one.
But it's another 10 points for the Thunderblast cannon, isn't it?
Yeah, or you can have a heavy las cannon for 15 points.
Okay. Heavy las cannon.
Heavy las cannon, yeah. You can have a heavy las cannon, which is heavy las cannon where las. Heavy las cannon is 48-inch range, firepower 1, range strength 10, AP 2, damage 2, ordnance D, and armor bane.
That's amazing.
Oh, that does sound amazing.
It's instantly regretting it.
Yeah, full of.
No, I've got another 4 of these to build, and 2 of them are going to be that.
I mean, that's a great ordnance D, and it does damage 2. So that's ordnance. So basically, if it doesn't move, that's damage 4, strength 10.
Yeah,
armor bane. That's a fantastic gun.
That's how many points?
That will be 70 for one, and then 65 for the next.
Oh yeah,
not bad. 2 of those is approximately as a indicator.
But what are you hitting on?
Oh, you're hitting on 4s. Ballistic skill.
It is militia. So let me double check that.
Was it 4s or 5s you're hitting on? Really bad.
It is ballistic skill 3.
Yeah, hit on 4s.
Hit on 4s.
50-50 with that. They've shown enough of them, I guess. Not a bad anti-tank weapon at all, though.
No?
Yeah. Bulky 5, in place, slow on purposeful, support unit 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, was it FP1 for all the things?
Yeah. I don't know about the rocket launcher. I haven't looked that one up.
No, but the las cannon thing.
Las cannon and the heavy bot and the
blast. It's never going to hit. Of
course, it's never going to hit. It's never going to hit.
It's going to be the same as the Venator in it. It's basically, this is going to be great. I'm going to 2 dice missed with both.
Yep. Absolutely.
True,
okay.
But I just having a militia army is sort of like one of those. Oh, maybe one day. But
to be honest with you, that's a better weapon than having the solar auxiliary.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. What about games played? Now, I've only played the one game this month, which was against Graham. Was that the same for you?
Totally was. Yeah.
Okay. Right. In which case, I've got shots here. I'm going to bring up the scores in my app. Because Tabletop Battles app, guys. I know we're going to slag off people who are involved with this later. Well, I am. But it's actually a really good app. Where is it? Michael vs. Graham. Right. The result was we played Heart of Battle. So that is the free objective markers. One in the middle's worth more.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Actually, scam of a mission.
I mean, we both got Giant Killer. Graham scored. I scored Last Man Standing. But that's about it for me.
Yeah, it was a fairly convincing victory for the Mechanicum. So it was
14-25 to you.
Yeah. So I was taking my Dark Mechanicum with all the robots, and Mr. B was all the Solar Auxilia. But it felt closer than it was. But I think once Mr. B's ability to take the central objective was out the window, and I could sort of just camp it. Although the Demolisher cannons took a very heavy toll on my army, must be said. They were absolutely lethal because they loads of damage in a per shot.
It's as Chris says, what was bad was good, and what is good is bad.
Yeah, they were really good against my army. Just murderized me. But yeah, I managed to get on the objective and camp the hell out of it.
I mean, I was always planning a second Demolisher. I picked it up at Warhammer World to build a second Demolisher. But it was like, after that game, it was like, yeah, that's getting built now.
Fast-tracked. Yeah.
Just speed up production.
Because it's, the Vanquisher, it should have done a lot more, but it's just not delivering the results.
Yeah, I mean, against the Mechanicum, it's okay, but like I said, Demolisher could get two big robots and kill both of them in one shot quite easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, it did take a big toll, but I just managed to just get on the objectives at the right time and hold them.
I think the thing is, we're both playing really odd armies.
Yeah,
we play a Solar and Mechanicum are not the thingy, so it's really hard to sort of, because I think they've both been made in mind with you're going to be playing Marines all the time.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But I mean, it was nice to not play Marines, to be honest with you. So I enjoyed it.
It has been nice to play Marines, but yeah, I might have to start adding in some Marines just to give myself some scoring that won't die the moment you look at it.
Which is what happened every time you got an objective, wasn't it?
It is. Every time I get near to an objective, it's like, yep, you're dead now.
Yeah.
But maybe try some of these relic missions, see if there's some variation there.
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, I got your Brass Scorpion, which I was really happy with.
It was okay. It wasn't. I don't think it's as good as the Khitan. Actually, it's a bit more pricey, but it's still a good fun model to have. It was cool as. But yeah, that was basically that. I think it was a big squad of Castellax with an Archmagos and a Magos, 2 Decimators, which are really good actually in this edition. They're cheap, but they're survivable. With tech priests on both of those, and then a Domitar squad.
Mm-hmm.
Again, really good unit. And they didn't really do anything other than camp on objectives.
Yeah.
And then my Vorax just to cause bother where they could. So yeah, I enjoy it. I really like it's probably the army that I enjoy playing the most actually.
That's
my Mechanicum.
I'm really enjoying my Solar Auxilia, but I need to think about scoring later in turns. So I'm sort of like thinking, do I get some do I put some small squads into Aurochs?
Yeah.
But then hope that Games Workshop maybe gives us plastic Aurochs. Go on, because real Aurochs are expensive and heavy and. Okay. Right. So that was pretty much all we really did this month. We did do a lot this month, haven't we? It's been a bit of a quiet one.
It's been a bit of a quiet one and a worrying quiet one as well. So
there were some other pictures.
Oh yes, there were some other pictures. Yes, you're right.
Yes.
There was another page of pictures.
Yeah, these are ones I took.
They're all ones you think they're all ones you took.
No, I think Mr. B took some and I took some. I put them in the same folder. So yeah. This was Mr. B's early attempt to get the objective, which my Decimator had some words about. And then the rest of my squad came up and made that conversation quite one-sided quite quickly. So yeah, good game. I'm really pleased with how my Domitars came out. I think they look really good.
Yeah, they've got that. I think with your colours, I think it's that Iron Man aesthetic. I think is the thing that I literally was like, yeah, I like that colour scheme. They look, it's super cool. It's grimy but clean. The colours all pop. Nothing is lost in there.
Yeah.
That gold really stands out.
It's a good gold.
Yeah.
Some Necro gold from scale 75 with
Gotcha.
Agrax Earthshade.
Oh, nice.
And a little bit of brown in there as well. So I mixed those together so it's quite a dull, but it's quite a good gold.
Oh, that's cool. Looks super good.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Any commitments going into the next 4 to 5 weeks?
I've got a squad of word. Well, actually, no, that's not because they're almost done, so they don't really count. Let's have a look here on what's coming up. Sorry, I keep a plan because I like to. Actually, this ties into a letter later on, but I've got a Panzer 38T I want to get painted for the Escalation League. I'm doing early war Germans, so that needs doing. And
Nice.
heresy wise, I want to try and get this get some satline terminators done because I'm actually really liking the look. I'm seeing a lot more painted, and I'm like, you know what? They look really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. I printed a Centurion because I wasn't going to go and pay silly amounts of money for all the bits for that. But yeah, I quite like the idea of doing a silly list with satline terminators and a heavy a veteran heavy squad, or with the heavy disintegrators, because they're just going to die. They're just going to go like shoot once, entire squad wiped out.
That is a very real risk with them. I mean, it doesn't.
I think it was sort of like taking that and maybe getting some destroyers in there, doing that whole sort of nemesis theme for the Ultramarine, sort of like the band's weapons. Just as an idea for a little bit of an army.
Nice. That'd be good.
I know Paul sort of Mr. Shaw has gone with a Nemesis company theme, but I'm like, yeah, but I fancy doing it with disintegrators and Sat9s.
Very good.
So
okay.
I think I'm going to try, and I've got a squad of word bearer tacticals that are sort of half finished at the minute. So
cool.
I'm working on one recording. So because they've only got 2 tactical squads at the minute, and this game requires multiple tactical squads, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Very nice. Very nice.
I think I'm also going to sort out down with Lindsay because we got a trip at the end of the year in December to Cornwall, and we were talking about it the other day, and Lindsay was like, well, I fancy going out at this time of night. We'll stop halfway through, and why don't you go and play Chris? And I'm like, it's a long.
I
know what you mean, Chris. But
as I pointed out to you, Mr. B, it's a hell of a detour to go from the top corner of the country to the opposite bottom corner of the country and go, I'm going to swing by the other side of the country.
I'm gonna have a good look and see if it's doable. But if it is, because it would be nice to see.
It really isn't. You'll cut across the M40 onto the from the M1, and it's the other way of the world.
Let me look at it for you now, Mr. B. I'll put it into Google Maps.
Yeah.
I tried to convince her, we could come back via Bovington, and she was having none of it.
That's
more doable.
That's more doable if you're in the area.
No, that seems perfectly.
I'm with Lindsay. I would be telling you do one because I'm driving 7 hours plus as it is, probably longer actually. So where are you going? Cornwall.
Cornwall. My baby brother lives down there, and I had a cottage for the Christmas. So we're driving down there, and Lindsay was like, "I think I want to leave the night I finish work, the sort of like the day before, drive as far down as possible, and then sort of like stay in a travel lodge, so I can have a slightly easier day."
Yeah,
and then she was like, we could go via Brighton because there's some tea shop she likes there.
Okay.
7 hours to Cornwall, basically.
I'm going to put 2 photos into our WhatsApp chat, Mr. Okay. I'm just screenshotting from Google Maps for you, okay? Just so you can see the difference in the journey that you're proposing, and you'll probably more sensible route.
My wife is not sensible when it comes to driving. She actually loves driving.
Okay, well, In that case, don't show her these two pictures. They have gone into that folder there. Oh,
I will kid you not. She's just like woken up one morning sometimes, and she's like, "Do you want to go to Warhammer World today?" And I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "Because I fancy a drive." And I'm like, "That's a long way. I don't have money, and get some calm on you."
Right. There you go, sweet.
It's quite a bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just quite a distance, isn't it?
Yeah.
I forget how far Brighton is over.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the southeast for it's borderline southeast at this point in comparison to where you're trying to end up. So
Wait 3 hours on your journey, basically.
yeah, I love seeing you, man, but I think it's a crazy idea.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I always think Brighton's more central.
Yeah, it's not. You're thinking of Southampton.
Yeah,
That's what you're thinking of.
Or Portsmouth. My mom's
They
from
call it the southeast for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, okay, good commitments. I think mine are going to be kind of similar. So I'm going to get my bolt action tanks painted. I don't know. So I'm quite tempted to build them all and paint them all at the same time. So they're done. But then again, I do need some infantry if I want to actually play the game. So I've got my British box set ready to go. So I think I might. So I'm going to try and get certainly the 2 Shermans and the Cromwell done. And then I'll start painting the infantry. But you sent me a good video for how to paint the British infantry as well. So I'm going to use that.
There's a lot of decent, good videos out there. Duncan Rhodes has done a fair few decent ones, although I think his British stuff is a bit later. Peter Wargamer is good for that.
Gotcha. I can't remember the video that Chris sent me, actually. See if I can find it. It's a very good one, though.
Kicking around somewhere or another. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to painting infantry, especially as I'm kind of focusing on 8th Army. It's just like that's a lot of desert to try and paint.
I think weirdly enough, I think the requirement for infantry isn't quite as.
No, it's not as.
No, I mean you're not playing 3,000 point armies in bolt action. You're playing 1,000 to 1,500 seems to be kind of.
I think for the league we're doing, we're starting off at 500.
Yeah. I think it doesn't have anywhere near the troop requirement that you.
Yeah.
It's a much smaller skirmish kind of vibe. I feel.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what it says about Hartlepool, but there's a lot of Axis players.
Everyone likes the tanks, don't they? That's the thing. I think the tanks, the Tiger, the P4, Panther, the Stugs, they're all inverted commas cool tanks.
They're all good.
My mate Leon's doing Japan because he's like, I love the Japanese tanks.
The ones made out of plywood and the bit.
And I'm like, really?
He's like, thin bit of steel on the front.
And he's like, I love them. And I was like, okay, fair enough, man.
Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's an Italian player.
That's good. It's good you got all the zones covered as well, because then you have some interesting games amongst you.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we roll on to State of the Union?
Let's do it.
And what a state it's in.
So next up, we take our periodic look through all the meta, if you like, all the tangential things around the world of heresy. So this is things that we may want to add to our armies. They're also just general discussions about the state of the game in the wider context. So first out the bag, we've got some more pages from the Black Library books that they're basically serializing effectively in PDF form for your pleasure. These were the original articles that were taken from the legendary Black books, the first of which were these sort of massive lore-bound lore tomes, really, that had everything you want to know about them. So they've got the Blood Angels, the World Eaters, yes, the Tooth and Claw, which I'm not quite sure which
It
one
was
that
a
was.
sort of campaign. It wasn't a campaign, but it was sort of like I think it was Angron versus the Iron Hands. Was it Iron Hands? I
Okay.
think so. I can't
Um,
remember this one.
and then
It's
you've
from
got
it's from book 6.
okay. Then you've got the Iron Hands themselves and the Emperor's Children so far. I'm guessing they're going to, which I think is a great thing, releasing this for free because these were wonderful bits of lore that people still refer to today as being particularly excellent.
I'd
This
love them
is-
to take some of
that's
the
how much of
campaigns
it-
and missions and
That's
do
how
them
much
as
of
well.
book. That's Inferno book 7. That's how much of the book was
Just
lore.
lore. Yeah.
That chunk.
So a
Like,
good
the rest-
50%. Yeah.
It's like over that. Certainly over that.
Yeah.
They've
And
got
that
a
was just all
lot
the-
they can release, but I would like to see the missions and the campaigns redone as well.
Yeah, good shout. So they've been pushing those out. If you're interested in the lore of your particular legion, wait and see. It's probably going to be there soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Rattling through them. What's next,
Okay.
Mr. B?
Next up, we've got so no 30k, but GW are finally returning to the UK event. They are going to be at the UK Games Expo with a Warhammer Open, 29th to the 31st of May. So it's happening. It's them bringing back events back to the UK. Let's see how it goes. Support it. Maybe they'll get 30k in there at some point. There's also a Welsh event in Newport on the 14th to the 16th of August as well. Although I've not been able to go to any of them. I'm volunteering at the UK Games Expo, which I sort of accepted to do the shifts like the day before they announced this. I was like, oh. And they got some event exclusives. So I mean, for that, there's a Cadian guy that's like for Heresy. So that's about it, really. But they're back. So yeah,
Sure, we've seen that a model similar to that guy previously. That pose and
I mean, yes, there's a commissar from a few years back that was
that's the chappy.
that was basically this commissar's duty, but in that case they had a sword shooting, not a sword, a bolt gun shooting someone.
Oh yeah, nice.
Cool figure,
It is a cool figure, absolutely. Right, there is a new Imperial Knight on its way to 40k, and often there is a change. They often transfer between the two systems, so you never know. We may see the Knight Destria. Yeah, we'll go with Destria. Destroy. Has got a G in it. Destroyer. It hasn't got a second.
Destroyer.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not quite as big as
Normal knight.
the classic ones are not as big as and taller than an armiger.
It's like in between, isn't it?
It's a tween age knight for your adolescent knight. It looks cool, I guess. I've never been massively a big fan of the knights, if I'm honest with you. I think they're cool, but I don't think I've never thought I need to own 78 of them, one of every kind of vibe.
This feels like a personal dig.
No, I don't. I just don't. I don't know why. I
think how many I've got? 6, 5.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just for
I really like the Knights. I tried playing them in 40k for a bit last year, but they were a bit too much.
Gotcha. I like killing them.
Oh yeah. I just one day I'll try them in 30k again. It was just last edition they were just dreadful.
Yeah.
They had stupid rules, like you had to take 2 armigers for every normal knight.
Yeah.
It just made it really difficult to actually play with them. Okay.
It did.
Fair enough.
It was a proper tax, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was like you could get 3 knights and then you had to have like
6
armigers. It was just a pain in the bum. Okay. Graham, up to you next.
Yeah. So we're getting a new series about the heraldry of the Dark Mechanicum. Ooh, exciting. The first one.
Your street. You should be lapping this up.
Well, I'd rather some specific cool rules for Dark Mechanicum, to be honest with you,
Yes,
rather than
no, I'm with you. I'm with you there. I'm with you
an
there.
article about the particular heraldry of the Dark Mechanicum. But yeah, as much as I love the Dark Mechanicum, of course. But yeah, I mean, I get it. It's interesting stuff. But yeah, some stuff about how to paint the vehicles and things, which is good. But yeah, quite exciting, I suppose, but nothing new, if you see what I mean. It's just a sort of fluff piece, really. And what was the other thing? We've got, and they named 5 of the damned Forge Worlds in that article as well,
Yeah.
so, which is quite cool. So you
I
got
like the Sarum ones. I think that white and red, the gold trim looks super cool.
that's nice, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, not bad at all. So yeah, but also it gives you, as a Dark Mechanicum player, it actually gives you some sort of official, for want of a better word, colour schemes you can use.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, I mean,
So yeah,
always encourage you to do your own, but it's like it's nice to see some inspiration.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, very good.
Yeah. Next up, okay, this one was a bit weird, but Citadel Color is changing its name to Warhammer Color, and I'm not sure if I mean they did.
I know exactly why why they've done it.
Oh yeah, I know exactly why they're doing it. It's just
why are they on it?
Because the whole brand is now Warhammer. You go to Warhammer. You don't go to gamesworkshop.com. You go to Warhammer.com.
To be fair, you do see people asking. I've seen it in the stores. You get the parents saying, "Is this paint good for Warhammer? Is this paint good for Warhammer?" And so I see exactly why they're doing it. But it's like for us who've been like with this for like ever, and we're like, "Yeah, it's Citadel paint. It's whatever."
Yeah.
It's like I get why they're doing it. It's just
I remember they were called Citadel Miniatures.
Yeah,
they still are Citadel Miniatures. At least I think they are. At least they were. I'm gonna have to get the latest box I actually have to check now. But yeah, no, it's been Citadel Miniatures for forever and ever. Right, okay. This is the Legion's Imperial starter set, and yep, still says Citadel Miniatures.
Okay, there we go.
So I mean that's what a couple of gold now. So I think I haven't bought much. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, no, rebranding it. To be honest, I think the new pot looks a bit nicer. The font, I don't know. It looks. I don't know. I quite like it, but yeah, it is what it is. It's just weird. Oh, and the tools are all rebranding as well. So
okay,
no Citadel tools. It's all just Warhammer tools.
Warhammer tools. Yeah, I guess Citadel Miniatures is the production arm of Games Workshop.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah, that's there. It's the.
I mean, I totally understand. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been forever.
Yeah, I mean,
but we've always been. I think
sense.
we've all been in Games Workshop when people have walked in. Do you sell computer games?
I've never walked into a Games Workshop that other people have been in. I find it weird, and I don't want to be in it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll wait outside until they've left, and then I go in.
The whole shop to yourself.
Maybe it might just it's just being used to a Warhammer store, and I may just
I completely understand it's all branding, isn't it? It's all got to get your brand right and get your brand on everything. And if you're gonna have the shops called Warhammer, why are you selling this other? In theory, other brand of paint in your store?
Yeah, I mean, there was a video they did sort of to accompany it, which was actually quite funny. Had a bunch of people going, "Can this paint be used on Warhammer? Could this paint be used on Warhammer?" And
yeah,
it was like,
okay.
I can genuinely understand that because I have seen that kind of thing when I've hung out in the store before.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's even harder in the stores at the minute, for any local gaming store, because the manager is often, "No, you want to use this paint," and points them over to the army painter.
Yeah, fair enough. We are getting a new book focused around Zardulayak, man of
He's an interesting character.
Yeah, absolutely it'd be interesting to
always
explore
like to do an army based around him from World Eaters. I thought that would be quite cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Word bearers.
Yeah, word bearers. Sorry. Yeah.
He's one more I keep meaning to get, and
because he has the bodyguards retinue, doesn't he? That would
Blade Slaves.
Blade Slaves. That was it. Yeah.
Don't know what they do in the current edition.
No, me either. But that's good. That's still getting those little nuggets of lore out there, which is good. And he is a character that I think a lot of people are interested in because he is the chilled version of Everest, basically, isn't he? He's the I say chilled version.
It's interesting. He came as a model first, and then was introduced as a character in the books later on. And I think they really did. I think it was John French who did a lot with him, and it really works.
Gotcha.
Just trying to find his horrors. Zardilac, there's a tapping. Soul binding. Okay, we'll come on to that another time, maybe. Right, what's up next?
We've got the Falchion, haven't we?
Yes.
It's just me or you. Anyway, I'll just do it. So the Falchion super heavy tank's coming in plastic. So same deal as the glaive and the Fellblade that came before it, just with a different, not turret, because it's not a turret on this one.
It's a casemate.
Casemate, yes, very good. So yeah, it's not a bad old tank, this one. I don't know, I've never really been a big fan of this. I don't think it looks as nice as the glaive or the Fellblade aesthetically, but rules wise, it's not it's going to wreck your day in some form, but it's usually one or two very powerful shots. It doesn't do a lot against massed Terminators, for example.
It's one of those tanks that I'd love to have in an army, but I can't see where I can use it.
Unless you're coming up against Titans and the like, one or two shots, and both of those shots do like 8 damage or something. I mean, it's going to take a tank a turn, right, if it hits it, but that's only one tank per turn, if you see what I mean. And there's other things that are a bit more versatile, namely the Vindicator laser destroyer versions, who can do that and also deal with Terminators. So,
well, I have seen a lot of people sort of like, especially in solar and militia sort of circles, be like, "Oh, you want to be taking yourself a shadow sword," and I kind of think, isn't that exactly the same?
Yeah,
you're going to have the exact same issue. Because
I think so. Yeah. Anyway, it is a cool looking tank. It's not the coolest of these particular variety of Legion Astartes super heavies. I mean, the Cerberus tank comes to mind actually as being another cheaper alternative. Less hull points, of course, but actually 300 points cheaper or whatever.
But the Cerberus looks really nice, and it's a bit cheaper in money wise as well. I think it's only like £80.
Yeah. I've got one to build, so yeah. Anyway, very cool.
Definitely on the list. Okay. And next up, we have an article that looked at the background process to sort of look at the new scouring books. We've actually, for the first time in a long time, they've given us a proper timeline of a lot of the actual main events of the scouring. So you've got like sort of like this rundown of when the big major events happened. So you've got like the scouring of Molech, the Agrippa's culling, the Doom of Valhalla, and the Iron Cage. We've got like set. This is when it happened. So it's interesting. Sort of like it looks like what they've done is they've done what they did with the heresy, and they sat down and they've gone, right, let's map out the heresy, so we can write these books easier.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it is quite interesting to see that they've done that. So no word on next book. However, I have not read the first one. So have you, Chris?
I have not. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I might pick. I think if I've ever finished the last Siege book. Yeah, I definitely did. Yes, maybe I'll start on.
Struggle with Drop Site Massacre, but I think that's because I just think I've been having some brain issues of late. So,
I didn't read Drop Site Massacre, but yeah, I'll probably listen to the first scouring book.
Yeah, Ashes
I might do it next week. I might do it next week.
Yeah.
Make a start on that. See if it's up to par with its predecessor series.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. Okie dokie. So,
we should have thought about this. Graham.
To support the New Custodies release, we got some articles of Warhammer communities, starting with how to ally them into another loyalist army. But what you do is you look at your army list selector and you go, I'm going to take an allied detachment. Problem solved.
Wasn't exactly a major.
Christ. Then we've got a community painters article, which had some good pieces in it. Yep. And then we got the studio painted models.
I think I would like to comment on that one and just say that I publicly said some of these terrible pieces, and I'm going to stand by that. But I
You
don't
didn't
think
say they were terrible. You said they look rushed, and
yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. They look rushed. I think that Games Workshop have sent these out to the painters and said, right, get this finished in like 2 days, because they've seen some of the painters work there, and they're amazing painters normally. I've gone back and checked; they've not declined in quality, so I don't know what happened. I can only think that they've been given an unreasonable deadline from Games Workshop. So Games Workshop, sort it out. Give these people give these people at least a month, at least, if not more.
I just don't put the photos up. There's one in particular that I found particularly interesting.
Right, we're not going to name them because I think that would be unfair. But yeah.
And then there was a studio person's Custodes pictures, which is super good. Classic gold color, swords and spears will look cool.
And again, you can tell this guy's had the time.
Yeah, exactly. They're being painted as a personal project though, so it's a very different vibe, and someone getting them sent to do it for a reason.
They look incredible.
Yeah, they look good. Yeah. I didn't shout. I don't lose my temper.
Yeah. I'll handle this one, but just because I know a bit more about it, Greg.
Okay, go for it.
But Black Library have transitioned to a new app format. You cannot buy books on their website or audiobooks on their website anymore. You can only buy through the app, which means you cannot download them to your own e-reader. You cannot download them to your own audiobook server. You can't put them on your iPod or Zune or whatever you're using because people still use them apparently. You can buy them through.
They even still make Zunes.
No, they don't make them anymore, but I know at least 2 people that still use them. Because they were actually really good, just general music players. So they were just terrible software. But you can still buy your audiobooks from Audible. They haven't released any new audiobooks since then, but there is supposed to be one coming out on Saturday. So we'll see if that still comes. And they apparently are going to still release the EPUBs via places like Amazon, Kobo, Kindle, and the like.
GW seem really obsessed with digital sharing of their products.
I mean, I get it. Piracy.
I'm assuming that's why they don't do digital releases of books anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Piracy is a massive thing, but I think what they need to realize is when it comes to their rules, people aren't getting I don't think people are getting the value out of the books that they used to, especially when you've got look, 40k. I'm just going to, I'll have a bit of a rant here. 40k is on the 3-year release cycle. Okay, we all understand that. We all get it. And new editions coming this summer, right? Dark Eldar only just got their comics.
I have a question.
Go on.
In 40k, in that 3-year release cycle, does everybody get a new release?
So far, yes.
To make it useful.
That's what I'm about to say. Dark Eldar literally only just got their codex at the end of last year. There is no, they are going to get less than 6 months. Now, we do not know if in the next edition, they're going to do what they did at the beginning of this edition and say, right, all the codexes are trash. We're throwing them in the bin. New codexes are coming out, new rules, new indexes. You're starting from scratch. They've done that twice in the past decade. So it doesn't feel like if you've got a release coming towards the end of an edition, to me, it doesn't feel like it's worth buying the codex. Now, if they did, because they've got an app for 40k, the app is phenomenally great. I love the 40k app. It is phenomenal. You get your code from your book, you put it in there, it's got all your rules, it keeps them updated, keeps the points up to date, you can do your battle, you get your rules, you don't need your codex on you, right? But can you buy those codes separately? No. Can you subscribe to them to get them? No. It feels like at the minute you are buying the book to get a code, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because nobody uses the codex because it's all in the app. Why would you bring your codex with you? It's in the app, especially given how frequently they balance and... Sorry, I'm having a rant here. But no, if I was a Dark Eldar player and I was coming to it and I was like, well, I don't know if this book is going to be usable in 6 months, I'm just going to pirate it with a PDF. And I think they're kind of creating a problem for themselves by making it so that people aren't confident that these books are going to stick around, that they're going to get value out of them.
But now we're getting for heresy, you've got you've got your big rule book, you've got your Liber, Astartes, whatever. Then you might potentially have 1, 2, depending on what your army list is, or 3 Journa Tacticas.
Yep.
That's 3 kilos of books you're lugging around.
At least.
And
I said, the thing is, if they created an app that you could subscribe, I mean, you got your Warhammer Plus thing. If they put it up £1 and they said, right, here you go, you've got access to all the Codex rules or book rules, and you've got your Abbey builder here, I would be like, yeah, that's great, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd probably be more than £1, it'd probably be like a few quid. But I just feel like they're sort of in this sort of turban. We want you to buy the book, but the book is going to be useless by the time you get it because we're going to change the points. I mean, that's more of a 40k Age of Sigmar thing, but...
Sure. It's a bit like what Chris was saying about how Paradox do their DLC, right? You like a subscribe to all of the books, I suppose, or even if you would get the main rule book and you pick an army, for example, with your one subscription, and it just makes sure that you've got all of the stuff that you need to play that army.
Yeah. I just think they're so scared of piracy that they're halfway to having the solution, but they're not quite getting all the way there.
Yeah.
Anyway, rant over. Sorry, didn't mean to.
You're good with it.
Well, it wasn't much.
But yeah, as at the minute, the Black Library app, it looks terrible. If you registered, you had a deadline, I think, by the end of this month to register to get all your purchases from the previous Black Library website transferred over.
Wow,
lovely.
So
well done then.
There's a bit of a chase there, but you can't buy anything on the website anymore, which is just ridiculous.
And
it's like, I don't know.
What's up?
Anyway,
what's up next?
What's up next? Graham, do you want to?
Yep. So tonight there is a Adepticon preview show, and Mr. B is going to stay up late, or not for him anyway, and watch it and tell us all about it, probably in a short form video that we can put on the internet and suddenly get loads of viewers.
Okay, I'll do that.
Dreary-eyed Mr. B, just out of his mind on caffeine.
Yeah.
I was going to stay awake for it anyway because I actually find these things kind of fun.
I mean, there's an opportunity there if you're staying up, Mr. B. You can do a little video, have it on everybody's. I can watch it over breakfast.
Yep, I do actually find the preview videos kind of fun. I just wish we could go to more of any of them in the UK because they don't really have them any here. But I wonder if they're going to have one at the Games Expo.
Who knows?
I'll probably be on shift for it.
Probably.
If you are going to the Games Expo, I'm going to be in the crew room all weekend, so you won't see me on shift.
Oh,
Mr. B.
Yeah, I'm going to be hidden in the crew room. They don't want me to be seen by the members of the public.
Yeah, exactly. You're too scary for the public to get their heads around.
The other year I went, I was on IT crew. That was quite fun.
Okay, nice. Okay, so next out of the bag then. So we've got our soapbox corner. So gird your loins, folks, because we've got some incoming angry Chris, I fear. So, custodians.
Why would I be angry?
The custodians were the custodies were the preview went out, the pre-order box went out. The rules have been talked about on various sites that get these pre-release copies, which we don't. And from what we've been able to glean, really, it feels like it's the decline of Western civilization. That or possibly the best thing ever. We're not quite sure yet. So, Chris, man on the spot, as it were, can you give us your learned opinion as a long time custodies player?
What I knew was going to happen came to pass.
Okay.
As soon as that new kit that came out, I was like, "That's the spears gone. Yep, they'll be out. They'll be out. Don't you worry about that, Sonny Jim." Oh, what a surprise! Adrosite spears, Pythorite spears in the bin.
Those are your stock and trade.
So my previously 6-man custodian squads have lost their axes, the one axe they had from 2 to 3rd edition, and now the 2 Adrosite spears. So I now have, instead of having 4 6-man squads, I have 2 6-man squads of plain custodian guard squads, because the other fun and exciting thing is now that they're 6-man squads and they're bulky too, which means they have a transport capacity requirement of
12.
12. Now, luckily, the kind people at Games Workshop made the Coronis transport, a transport capacity of 14, so that you could have an HQ choice with them, because that's nice. Everyone likes that. That's well thought out. Except for the fact that you have a Primarch Warlord character who is bulky 3, or probably more likely to be bulky 4, as he is in the PDF. So how the frick is he fitting in the Coronis?
And the answer is he's not.
But we don't know if he is, but he probably is.
He almost certainly.
You know, I am so tempted to just message Greg and so, Greg, can you just settle this argument for us?
I bet. So I read on one thing that the profiles are pretty much the same as the PDF.
Yeah,
and the PDF he is bulky 4. So,
which is the same as all Primarchs.
Same as all Primarchs, yeah. So they gave us a transport. That's good. Well done them.
And it was an
they can take an HQ. Yeah, absolutely. 2 out of 3. Here we go. But your 400-point Warlord character cannot fit in that transport.
Which, of course, you can put all the Primarchs in a normal Land Rover, right?
Because but they'd be like, yeah, but you could get a whirlybird.
Great. I want a 600-point transport. I've got a 600-point transport I don't use. Yeah, I just...
If we do manage to meet up at the end of the year, Chris, you are bringing that, right?
Sure. I almost took it in February. And
it's actually not bad, because, I mean, you can bring it on turn 1 because it's a flyer if you roll.
Oh, no, I know, yeah. It's just 600 points, and also it's a big thing that if it falls over, it's going to kill a load of stuff. It's literally kill a load of stuff.
I mean, it would people put a crimp in Adam Smith's day, to be fair, but
yeah. But that kind of annoyed me. The mathematical oversight of, oh, hang on a minute. No one thought to look at the...
6-man seems like a weird choice. Why not 5, like everything else?
It's to fit the new squad.
So you have one box for... Yeah. So, yeah, of course...
The new sprue is is a 6-man sprue.
Okay.
It's a 3-man sprue with...
Yeah. Yeah.
Bit like how
the war gear options were all gutted, pretty much. I saw one talking about the Telemon Fist, saying about how it's now got a flame weapon. Well, it had a flame weapon already. They just renamed it, so let's not get too excited about that.
Okay.
I think the Caladius has a new front, as the flamers as a front weapon instead of the Lasium Stormbolter. And the Sagittarium Guard, who I had never played, to be fair, apart from when we went in February, they also got given the boot, because any form of middling shooting from infantry is not allowed in this army, apparently.
I would say just that we don't know if there's a legacies document yet. I imagine there's going to be, because they've done it for Marines. That said, they didn't do it for Sisters, but...
Yeah. I mean, Sister Silence, I think everyone, they got literally nothing new. They just got the PDF copy and paste treatment, right. I think.
I think Sisters are done for this edition. I think they're not getting anything until next edition, if they get anything. Rephrase that. I think they will get something, but it's not going to be till next edition.
I think Sister Silence are done, full stop, at this point.
For this edition, yeah.
No, I think this will be the last time you see them. Because
they're in the books, aren't they?
They are, but you haven't done anything with them for 2 editions, and they are now down to 3 units.
Yeah, true.
So why are you going to... Oh, sorry, 4 units.
You're missing out a whole quarter of the army there.
Yeah, I know. Oh, one of those is the transport.
So Geneticral, the transport, and what?
Geneticral transport,
And the HQ, which doesn't have a model. You just are
and
supposed to make one from the box.
yeah,
Right.
But there
And-
is a pack of a sister and a custodian shield captain that I would say.
oh yeah,
should
that's still kicking around. We did get some useful things in it from so there's attachments, so you have more choices when building this, which are good, but they are additional detachments, so you will need to have enough command points to do it, and you can take someone. There's a prime advantage to give a shield captain line
Or
2,
points,
but
yeah.
again, that is a prime advantage. So when you're doing it on
Yeah.
one guy, or if
But
you
a lot of those
Like,
attachments
in
that
the
I've
command,
You
a
can't
lot
make
of those a lot of those attachments I've seen, you've got a lot of prime advantages.
yeah, but you can. It's a prime advantage that you take on a shield captain. It's like a prime advantage you take on.
Yeah.
No, that. But you've got a lot of prime advantages in that army, so I'm not sure, having not seen the detachments properly, if you're going to be that short of guys to give the prime.
No, there might
advantage
be
to.
Apex attachments which can only take one from.
Yeah, and things like that. I know one of them is an Apex attachment, which is there's one where you can take 3 dreadnoughts, which is an Apex attachment.
Gotcha. Quite often the prime detachment, the prime benefit.
Yeah, the Crusade one has
They say you have to take this. This is all you can take as a prime benefit.
But the Crusade one has the 2 prime benefits, but but apparently, reading the reviews, a lot of the custody specific ones have prime benefits for all of the.
The high Kanatoi convocation, which is 2 troops and heavy transport, that has a prime benefit. The Farantori convocation, which is 2 heavy assault squads. I don't know if that has one. There's a recon one as well, where you can take 2 recon. I don't know if that has one. So
what I was told was they have more prime benefits available, slots available to them than any other army.
Yeah, because you've only got 8 units you can choose from, and you're going to struggle to fit 3,000 point lists together otherwise. If you're not,
Also, I haven't seen the points yet. Obviously, I don't think anybody here has, but apparently the points have come down a bit.
10 points, Mr. B. We worked it out the other day.
Right, because the new box, they were like, apparently that's 1,000 points on the nose.
Yeah, from what I read, and someone costing out in the Goon. In fact, it was the Goon had one. I think working out saying how much points were. It worked out 10 points cheaper than it would have been previously. So it's not crazy savings points wise. Yeah,
fair enough, then.
I don't. It's good that they've done things to make your choices more available to you. That's fine. No problem with that. Prime advantages, yeah. You can take make a squad Heteron Guard, which makes their Eternal Warrior higher. So there'll be Eternal Warrior.
Yeah, I found that
interesting.
Instead of bringing back the squad, they sort of made it
just made a unit tougher. Which is,
to be fair, wasn't too far off what they were, other than the fact they could use the Paragon blades, and
they had an extra attack,
the twin swords. Yeah,
they had an extra attack, and they had different warrior choices. And now you can just take basic spears or basic swords, which I think have all been renamed. They've got a reaction where a 6-man squad can split into 2 3-man squads if someone moves within 12 inches of it, which is interesting.
That is interesting.
But I don't know if it stays.
That is interesting. I mean,
I don't know if it stays as a 3-man squad and then continues throughout the game as a 3-man squad or not. I'm not sure.
Is it just sort of like to? I'm trying to think. Where would that be useful? Is it sort of like to? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose that one requires some thought. Splitting them into a squad so that if they're going to charge, they can't keep all of them.
They can't kill all of them. I think it's I think
they're basically they can only tie up one of them, and then they've got and then the other ones are free to go. Yeah, sorry, mates, you're on your own.
I think what I think what you would do is you would take the charge. So if someone moves within 12, you split them 2 squads into 3. I don't know if so. Then you can only, in theory, attack one of those units, and then the squad that aren't engaged potentially would then get a charge into the combat on the next turn. I suppose is the only way I can sort of currently think about making it work.
I can see
But
this being a very Aunt Sally.
yeah. I think the thing that my biggest problem, and the problem that all the articles I read pointed out, was that Vanguard sucks.
Yeah, Vanguard does
And
suck.
Vanguard is the only way that this army can score points. The Vexilia that they have, if you're within 8 inches of it, you have to do a leadership test, and you can only score 1 point for holding your opponent scores 1 point for holding that objective, regardless of what line or anything else they have. But you're still relying on Vanguard yourself to get the points.
Yeah.
And as I've said before, Vanguard is not a recyclable scoring system.
No.
A
Well,
line
I've-
unit can score
Line is,
points
yeah, it's every round.
every round. A Vanguard does it once and that's it.
Yeah.
So
if at all.
What I personally decided is, and I'll get told I'm too soft off Graham, is if I'm playing Custodes and I'm on an objective, sorry, I'm not using the withdrawal reaction. I'm not withdrawing because I don't think it's going to be a fun game
I think
for the other side if I do that all the time.
I think it shows itself in the 3 original missions. I think expose Vanguard for being the terrible rule that it is, in the fact that you score at the end of player turn. Your opponent with as we played in our game, you had a high line scoring unit. You score X amount of points on the bounce to start with. I come in with a charge. I get Vanguard for half the amount of points.
Honestly, Chris, it was ridiculous. I should not have. Me and Graham should not have won that game because you absolutely wiped the floor with my guys.
We'll kill units, but we won't score points, and that's the real problem with that army.
Yeah.
And they haven't done anything to address that. I don't see why one of the troop units couldn't have had line.
Mm.
I mean, it just doesn't seem.
I would have had the Sagittarium on with line. That would have been me, but obviously they're not in the game.
Yeah,
or
no,
the
exactly.
Sentinels with line. Line 1 for the Sentinels.
Something with line. Just line 1 on something would make it a much more attractive option to me at this point in time.
Do you think it's a kind of, and I had the article, do you think this is them saying this really is an allied army?
Oh, that's the other thing. Hang on. That's the other thing that I read, is that they cannot ally in Astartes. They can only ally with other Talons units, but they can be taken as allies by Astartes.
Yeah, so the primary would be Astartes with these running to them.
So if you're a Custodes player, you cannot take an allied attachment of.
No. But you can take a primary attachment.
No, you can only take other Talons units. So you cannot take anything sensibly that gives you line.
Don't Sisters of Silence give you line?
Probably, but I doubt they've got very high line, and I doubt they've got anything of.
Let me check. I'll check on the current sheet.
Because I can tell you, they're line 2, and they're not quite equivalent to Marines because they're not got the same toughness,
lower toughness
or strength,
or weapon choices or survivability. They are Anathema Cadre. No special rules. Fear 1, hatred. Yeah, no line.
Blimey.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean they could get on the objective, but they're just not going to get extra points for it.
Yeah. So you score 1 point.
Or 3 points if the objective's worth 3.
Yes.
Rather than 5.
It's better. It's better than nothing, but it still is a bit sucky.
But you can just do that with the Custodes, though. You would just do that with the Custodes. You still score the 1 point.
I thought Vanguard meant they couldn't score at all online.
So they can sit on it and.
Oh yeah, but they're not going to score the points.
No.
But the sisters will score points. So if it's worth 3, they're going to score 3.
Yeah, I can't remember what the. I think.
So there's-
I think you can still score one. You can only score 1 point with Vanguard.
Yeah,
on an
whereas
objective.
sisters are going to score however many, just no extra. Again, it's still
Quite
sucky that
possibly.
it feels
But Vanguard
got-
sucks. And
Vanguard does that. Vanguard is a terrible rule. I mean, if it were me, I would make it so that no matter how that unit is off the objective, as long as you get it off the objective and it is caused by you as a result of shooting, melee, or a reaction in response to you, you should get the points.
they're never going to do enough shooting to get a unit off of the.
No,
Yeah.
but if you
Off the-
force them to withdraw, you should get the points.
So yeah,
You
if
do
you've got Vanguard, just to clarify the point here, unit that includes the majority of models with the Vanguard X special rule may only ever score 1 victory point for controlling an objective, regardless of that objective's value.
Yeah.
So they only get 1 for being on the objective.
I just think that if you've got that, I think Vanguard should include a reaction as why you come off.
They haven't even got a master signals. You can change that
Nope.
from
Yep.
line to Vanguard and Vanguard to line, which would
Yeah.
at least give you something, right? Because you could go, well, I'm just going to turn them to line this turn to get line 1 or whatever.
They're just the neutering of this. I mean, they started off on a very high pinnacle. I don't dispute that point, but
Yeah, they can't.
they're just getting
Progressively worse.
progressively. They have got progressively worse every time. Second edition, we had a ton of cool weapons that were interesting and fixed holes and solved problems. We used to have units had melter bombs. We had the axes that were +2 strength, so at least we could deal with dreadnoughts and stuff like that.
I mean,
can't do that no more.
I mean,
Superior sword.
Right. If I had to change the game to deal with the Vanguard,
I would have just got rid of line. I would have got rid of line and Vanguard.
without going that far yet.
There's no point to take tactical marines at that point, is there? That's the problem.
At this point now, what I would do to try and sort of make Vanguard less bad would be to make line scoring at the start of your next turn. And at the end of turn 4.
Scoring should be at the end of game turns as opposed to end of player turns.
I think the problem is that because we've got 3 missions, and those 3 missions are fundamentally exactly the same, right?
Yeah, the missions are
trash.
That's what I'm saying. Me and Graham need to try out some relic missions.
That's part of the problem is we haven't got, in the last edition, you had 6 missions. One of them was a take and hold objectives mission.
Yeah.
One of them was a who's got the objectives at the end of the game mission. There was a line breaker mission, and there was a kill everything on the board mission.
Yeah.
And so there was a variety of things, and you had a 1 in 6 chance of getting one of those types of missions, right? Whereas now
it meant you had to fundamentally write your list to be able to cover different bases.
Yeah. Or if you got this particular mission, you were going to struggle in it, you took the hit, right? So, for example, I knew I was playing the Iron Warriors. I'm never going to be very good at getting my guys into the objective, but the other missions I'd probably be okay with.
Yeah.
So I think that the problem is now it's just one mechanic.
Yeah.
Is jump on the objective as soon as possible, regardless of the mission.
Score 54 points on the start at the end of your first turn, and shake your hands and wander off.
Get on all 3 objectives with three things aligned to. In the mission Heart of Battle, for example, that would give you 9. No, that would give you, let me think, 11 points, victory points. 5 for the middle, and 3 for each of the outside ones, right?
Yeah.
And if you get nothing in your turn, there's no way back.
No.
You can't earn enough victory points. And particularly that mission where the values go down every time they're scored. I don't think it's necessarily a problem with the armies. I think the problem is the missions are one mechanic, and Marines can absolutely exploit that mechanic because they've got rhinos, which cost very little, and they get across the board and they can jump out and they can get on an objective very easily. Turn 1, rhino rush. Everything else, every other, like the same mechanicum, we can't do that. So we have to shoot them off the table if we want to score anything. So it's I think that's the problem. There's not your army would be great at getting across into the other person's deployment zone because they got a movement of 8 plus they got initiative of 5, so they can go 13, a go. But yeah, I think you're right that there's I think there's some missions that are the problem. But
I don't know.
it sort of segues into the next section of it.
I'd be intrigued to know how much. I mean, I'm sure a lot was done, but who went? Yeah, these missions are great. Let's just keep using these ones.
Do not know.
X amount of play testing, and no one thought, "Oh, hang on."
I think the problem is, and again, this is maybe going into the next section that we've got on the rant.
Yeah.
On the rant.
Custodian's rant is, I think it was relatively chilled. I didn't scream, I didn't shout, I just pointed out things that.
Yeah. So yeah, basically 10 years of promoting the game system, and this is what we get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next question, which kind of segues quite nicely into this whole thing, is the decline of 3. So one thing I've noticed anecdotally, locally, for a start, it's harder to get a game of Heresy in the local area, as we've seen. But it's just me and Mr. B really playing each other in our sort of weird echo chamber.
Although that said, Dean is arranging a escalation league at Protect Games starting this Saturday, and he's just like trying to sort out going there.
Well, Anthony and all that lot, do they not?
Not really.
I mean, Paul is, but he's up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, to give you an example, so that's the whatever it's called, Northern Gaming Centre thing that they've got, which they don't have the Heaton Club anymore. They've just basically moved to that.
Gotcha.
But that again, but they ran an event recently where it was version 2.
Yeah, so that was a specific group of guys, and apparently it didn't. Yeah, I've heard mixed reports about how it actually went.
But I don't ever remember previously there being an event where someone was running the previous version of the.
Yeah,
there were a few back in the day of 1, because there were a few people who were like curmudgeoning. But I think it's more this time because, I mean, where do we start? People don't like the force organization system. I personally prefer it myself, but people don't like it. That's fine. That's fair enough. But I think we've hit the head I think we've hit the nail on the head previously. It's the missions. The missions are god awful. They are. It's the same mission. It's uninteresting. It gives huge advantages to Marine armies. With tactical. I mean, tactical Marines are basically your bread. I mean, they should always be your bread and butter. But they have swung the pendulum so far from the tax to absolute killer baller unit you have to take. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think we need more variety of missions. That's why next game I want to play, I want to try the relic missions, as long as I'm not doing an intro game, which,
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is 3 on the decline? I mean, we looked at our viewing figures as well to sort of see if there's any correlation. We couldn't really find anything. It's pretty steady.
Yeah.
We found one thing. We found one
thing.
We found
one fact that I am fighting hard to make a fact. But that's okay. Some people believe in science. 2 other people don't.
No,
we retooled the show slightly at one point, and I think it has something's. We'll go back. We'll look at the data.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So this goes on to the next point, actually. But so anyway, the decline of 3. I don't know whether this edition. Now, for me, I've got to be honest with you. I actually prefer 3.
Yeah,
because I like a rule set where you haven't got Clem, Flange, Dango going in there and finding these loopholes in the rules all the time and interpreting the rules in a particular way that basically means that they use that to their own benefit, which I think 2 had a lot of, and a lot of people played into that. In 3, I think a lot of that's been taken away. I'm sure there's people out there who are going to point out examples, but we don't have as many Aunt Sally moments. In fact, we haven't had an Aunt Sally section for a long time, whereas on 2, we had them every week.
But what was the trade-off to that seems to... I get the appeal of that, of having a clearly defined set of rules. But the system the game in which those rules are utilised seems less interesting.
And this is the thing. People say there's less flavour, right? And I'm not. I mean, you're right. The Rights of War, the Legion special rules were much better in 2. Take Ultramarines, for example. You're within a unit within 6 of something that's already shot something +1 to ballistic skill. Amazing. World Eaters were utterly terrifying. Everything had something that made them pretty powerful. But I think that there were things where they were just overpowered. And so I think that for me, I get the point that actually most Marine armies now, Death Guard were crazily, stupidly powerful. But I think that the Marine armies they're kind of more even with each other, I think, with some small variances, maybe World Eaters, which always seem to be very good. But I think in terms of just generally, you're right. But I think that, I suppose for me, having a sensible rule set at the expense of some of that flavour, I'm kind of okay with it. But that, again, that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, last edition was very imperfect. It was fun, but it was so imperfect. I mean, deep striking. Great, Chris is gonna moan at me here, but I found deep striking really altered games way too much in the last edition, and it ended up being a coin flip as to whether who was winning or not based on the deep strike, and that way. But now deep strike has gone from being really powerful to being like almost an afterthought, almost like we don't want deep striking in the game, but here's some deep striking anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's definitely feels like, for me anyway, I think the rules are better because they're clearer. There's less ambiguity.
It's the cleanest set of rules I've ever played on a Games Workshop game. It's it's a clean set of rules. It's addressed a lot of the concerns at the last edition. There's been some swings way too much from one way to the other. As I said, deep striking. Last edition, it was really powerful.
Outflanking is another one that was,
outflanking. And then this edition, they're like, they're sort of there.
Yeah, but they're not really a particularly game-winning strategy.
Yeah, and I think the only unit I'm sort of like looking at and going, that's a bit cheesy, is when you've got a Master of Signal taking Vanguard off some Terminators to give them line to.
I absolutely did that.
I know you've done it. I know I've done it, but it is what it is.
Line one.
I think I'm kind of. Yeah, I think it's the best rule set we've ever had, but with the worst missions.
I think the missions are a problem, and that's something they need to address very quickly. But I do think there has been a decline in people playing 3.
I would imagine so, because people don't really people still haven't really got their heads around list building.
Yeah, I mean, list building now, which is very restrictive. It feels much more restrictive. Even though they said it was going to be more open, it doesn't really work out like that. You've got to pay this kind of command tax just to get enough slots to be able to put the things in your army that would have been very easy to do in the old.
The ones where I'm finding it really difficult on list building is your elite units. So your elites. The ones you've got to take that Apex for.
Apex, it's the only way to get them in. Yeah, unless you use the logistical benefits.
That I find really hard to adjust around.
Yeah, because you could have taken 3 elites choices in the previous edition, or 4 even, I think.
I mean, thankfully, not everything that was in elites is in elites, but there are units that are in elites that I'm like, I kind of want to take them, but I've got to take the Apex attachment. Right? That's what my logistical benefit for. Ultramarines player, not so bad, because we get a logistical benefit as long as we take an Opteg.
Yeah.
So that's not so bad for us, but I feel for other legions, man. But as I said, Dean is trying to get is down at ProTech this Saturday at 2:00, and he's trying to get some people to play. He's saying, bring down a 1,250 point game, no armor value 14, no name characters, play a couple of games, and I think I'm going to try and get down for that.
Where's ProTech games?
Also, characters. Characters is the thing. How do you get? I mean, we're trying to fit characters into lists now.
I don't find that as bad. It just depends whether they're high command or not. Most of them are high command that I want to include, but you're basically limited to one character for the most part, which I don't find that bad.
consoles can go in the normal command slots, can't they? But it's just but then they only ever give you one attachment. So
I'm finding unless you're taking a Primarch, you really aren't taking more than one main character because most of them are high command. Unless you have that, unless you take allies, and there is a prime benefit for an allied detachment to turn one of the HQ of the allied detachment into a named character, which is how, when I was thinking of theoretical sisters lists, how I was thinking Janita Kroll in there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Who is worth taking still.
It could be on the decline, I think, as we'll have to wait and see, but the missions do need work.
All they got to do is give us a book of missions. Give us a book. Have 6 missions in there like the old days. Even if you rejig the ones from the old days, just give us 6 missions. A free PDF download, that would be great. And I tell you what, you would get a massive uptake in the gaming, in people playing, because that's what it is. It is.
Not if they're written by the same people that wrote those 3 missions. Because
but I look at the Relic missions now. I haven't played your Relic mission, but Graham, have you got your book there?
It's in my bedroom, unfortunately.
Right, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to bring. I've taken pictures of the missions, and I'm going to send. I think I'll send you these. Okay, because trust me, these missions.
I have looked at them, and they are good.
Have you seen them, Chris?
Probably. I'm trying to think.
They're kind of. But we, in the event that we ran, or you ran a couple of weeks back, we had our own custom missions, and we changed a lot of things. And one of the things we changed was scoring, not at the end of your turn, but at the end of the game turn.
Yeah. See, now I think that. Now, for me personally, I think that gave a bit too much benefit to the person who was going second. But I think that as long as that wasn't every mission, that would be fine.
I think the problem is that if you go first, you've got a chance to blow them off the board before.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that it does kind of offset it a little bit.
Yeah,
you're always going to get advantage on the second person.
You really got to. But yeah, the relic missions, they look.
But, I mean, if you think about it, if you've got a Vanguard army like Chris's, you don't want to go first, right?
No,
ever, because if you go first, you can't score Vanguard turn 1.
Nope, you can't. Nope. Relic missions, they look great. Because they aren't all about that. You got to, the actual points that you are getting are varied. It's not like a straight up, this is so many points.
I mean, it's similar to some of the missions that we've written over the years. To be honest with you. It bears a lot of
feels like that. It feels. I can think of some of these feel very similar to missions written by other members of the community. I think I remember one of these missions looks very like something from the LVO a few years ago.
Probably was. But I think
mentioned that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but I definitely think it's worth. I want to try these relic missions, Graham, because I think they look amazing. There's only 3 of them, but
okay. Anyway,
I know you're playing Harry next week, so
if he's about,
I think I'm concerned at this point about similar, I think, as you are, that there are too many things that are this building looks daunting, so why are you going to, if you're new to it, you're just going to go, can't get my head around this.
Yeah, you're going to bounce.
You're going to bounce straight off the bat, and then you're going to play a game and you're going to get rolled in turn 1 by a Rhino Rush, and you're just going to go, okay, this isn't for me.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of there's a lot of
work to be done, which is weird considering it's we're fresh out the box.
We're 6-7 months in, maybe not quite.
But these are things that
not quite a year.
Could have been anticipated at the start.
But they need to fix. They need to fix the missions. Anyway, shall we head on in? And we've got some letters to look at. So
let's do that.
One of the interesting things we've had over the past few months is we're getting a lot more emails from you guys that are relevant, which is really good. It's not just death threats and we hate you, please die. It's fun. So
But those are the favourite ones. Those are the best ones to answer to.
they most certainly are some of our favourite things. Being told why we're so terrible. So I'm gonna start by this one.
Nourishes my soul to hear how much of a curse I am upon this hobby
the
and
rolling
humanity in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll bring up the
and
first. Yeah, bring up the first
next
one.
time I will reply to Mr. Trump's email because hot
But
kettle.
what about that Nigerian prince, though?
Well, I was recently offered some Ugandan mining rights that I may definitely be looking to invest in.
Right. Okay, so I'll get the first one up, and we've got. Oh no, sorry, wrong one. Okay, right. So I don't know why it was like that. I must have tested it. Okay, here we go. First one. Why did
No,
you pick your bolt
no,
action arm?
there was another first one.
This is it doesn't matter. But that
Okay.
wasn't the first
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Why did you pick your bolt action armies, and will you be keeping us up to date on your progress? Simon H.
Absolutely, we proved that we are
Yeah.
by showing pictures.
So why do we? Well, actually, there's family reasons. I think for mine. Mine's because my grandfather was in. Mine and Chris's grandfather was in Normandy, so that's why I've chosen that particular era. For mine, so late war British is basically the whole reason for my choosing that particular army. So that's why I've gone for, I say, late war Normandy-esque British.
Mine is because I couldn't go. I couldn't bring myself to play an Axis army,
No.
and Graham's doing European, North European late war. So I thought, hey, I'm going to go North Africa, 8th Army, and
Mind you, your
my
mum's side of the family also have.
yeah, my great uncle was in he was in the RAOC in Palestine and stuff. So I have skin in that game as well. So
Yeah.
but so that's why I'm doing them. But I will. I do keep toying with the idea of doing American Airborne and other things at the time. I'm not set in stone yet. I haven't made a significant purchase to force me into a down one track or another yet.
I mean,
but
doing Easy Company would be very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I did work out because while I was rivet counting, I did find what the actual disposition was of a full armored company, and I worked out how much it would cost me to buy including the trucks and everything, for a full armored regiment for action. And it was about £1,000, and I was thinking, well, I'm only going to use the tank, so you could just buy the 4 tank squadrons and just leave it at that. But that's the kind of thing, that avenues that I find myself wandering down. It's like,
I mean, the tanks aren't expensive in bow action, are they? In comparison?
No, you're looking at 20 quid. You can get boxes of 3 for 60 odd quid, I think.
It's so much cheaper than Games Workshop.
Oh, it's just models per pound. It is so much more cost effective, and you're not using as many models either, so you don't need to invest in quite as much. And they do some good sets. Like you bought the British and Canadian box set that's like 100 quid.
Yeah.
And that's got loads of cool stuff in it.
Yeah.
And you can get it, Warlord isn't expensive, but also there are other sites where you can pick things up where they have an additional like Element doing things like that. Element don't seem to do Warlord, but Wayland Games I think do. And I found a site called Fog of War Games.
This is where I think I got mine from.
Yeah, because they had
they're really good, actually. They're really good.
Yeah.
Their service is excellent.
I found a YouTube channel that sponsored them, and through that YouTube channel, they had a code for an additional 10% off on top of the 10% you get off anyway. So,
I think it cost me about 80 quid for that box set in the end.
Yeah, which is
insane.
Tuppence halfpenny compared to
It's a super heavy tank, less than a super heavy tank.
Yeah.
Games Workshop money.
Yeah. And it's
I would be remiss to not point out that Graham, games at heart are pretty good for stuff like that as well.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, you got 36 infantry, a metal medium machine gun, a metal medium mortar team, a metal 6-pounder anti-tank gun, a Churchill tank, a plastic universal carrier,
Yeah.
and cards, bases, decals, and everything else. And it retails at Warlord for like £103 for all those
Nuts,
models.
isn't it?
And it's just
Combat
like,
patrol, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
half of that, not even half of that.
yeah, I think it's Warlord certainly is. Yeah, the only problem is because it's affordable. You're like, I could just pick up or I could just pick up.
Well, I've got 6 tanks.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm probably going to do 8th, just because nothing has tied me down so far. But Mr. B is
Yeah. What about you, Uberleutnant?
I was going to play. Yeah, this is going back a decade now. My mate Chris Costello, good guy. And we were going to play a campaign based on the Battle of France, and we flipped a coin for who had to be the Germans, and I lost. Anyway, he goes along. I buy my army. A few weeks later, he's like, "Oh, by the way, I bought Winter Soviets," and I'm like, "But I'm doing early war Germans," and he's like, "Yeah, okay, fair enough." So I've ended up with I bought a similar box set for early war Germans. So it had oh god, I'm gonna have to look for it now. But it had a tank. It had pretty much everything I need. I still got some of the infantry unbuilt. I was just about to Kickstarter for a bunch of stuff as well. Well, I say a bunch of stuff. It's STLs for early war stuff, just for a variety, mostly for the vehicles. But where was it? It is here because not that one. That one. The Blitzkrieg early war set. It was 85 when I got it. It's now 104, but it's got 36 infantry, a medium machine gun team in metal, a medium mortar team in metal, a light howitzer in metal, a half track 251 plastic, and it was a resin and metal Panzer IV D. Now it's fully plastic, and it's like, it's cool. It's like a full army for.
I
I'm
think
enjoying the 3D printing aspect and the buying. Not buying, well, less the buying, but I'm not buying so much for it. But yeah, because I've got most of the infantry I need. You know what I do need to do though? I need to get order dice.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think is the order dice.
And it's annoying because everyone I'm playing is like, no, you need order dice. Like, can't I just use any dice? Nope, order dice. And I'm like, fucking hell. Sorry.
Well, steady on, old man.
I think I've never heard you swear about something on the show.
I resent
that was the thing.
I resent buying dice that I cannot use in any system I choose.
Okay.
I thought, Mr. B,
purpose like that. Like,
as soon as you were told there were dice available for this that were specific, I thought that'd be a selling point, if anything.
Yeah.
No, because I can't use them in any other. Yeah, I've got to buy the order dice, so I'm going to buy them at some point in the next few weeks because I have to. I just resent it.
But yeah, we will. But to answer your question, we will be I think we'll probably be incorporating some bolt action into the show more to diversify, because
absolutely.
we're not loving 3.0 at the moment. So it's
well, I think it's more.
Sorry, I'm loving 3.0. I think a lot of other people aren't loving 3.0.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that we've been 10 years. I mean, what grinds my gears, what has gears, is slightly off topic, but it would have been nice to get some of this, to be able to look at the early release stuff and prepare a show for it rather than have to look at somebody else's content. And 10 years of doing this, and it's like, really? So even that counts for nout.
There were when I was doing the graphics for the new releases, there was a real thought going through my head of, I'm going to put a random picture up and just include the models somewhere in the image, just to not promote them fully. And I thought, no, that'll be doing a disservice to the.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It does irk me.
it's always been I think it's always been a problem, and it's never
I
going
mean,
to change.
I guess the other thing, of course, is the next question probably doesn't help us massively, which was the one about 3D printing, which is how are you feeling, Mr. B? Did you think that 3D printing is talking about bot action and you buying STLs for it? Do you think it is plug and play now?
I do not. I'm not around with Rob's.
That was a question from Vlad, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not with Rob's. Rob's way of thinking of it when it comes to resin printing. With filament printing, absolutely, it's easy now. There are various manufacturers, various programs. You can do it from your phone, easy as pie. Your Bambing Away one is great for that. Resin, I still say it's never going to be, at least in any time I can see, a more white. The problem with resin printing is it's the processing. The material itself is toxic. You have to know what you're doing. We saw James, one of our friends. He was like complaining, "Oh, I keep getting itchy hands. What you using to protect them with from the resin? Cotton gloves." I just, it's you've got to know what you're doing to handle resin properly. And technically, at the end of it, what you end up with when you've washed it in the alcohol, you've got what is legally, in the UK at least, toxic waste that you have to take to a dump and get it disposed of properly. Obviously, whether the people at the dump know what you're doing with that is hit and miss, as I've found. But it's a lot more thing. I think it's very much more accessible to people. I mean, yes, the printers are great, and a lot of the times you do have people who will share the settings that they have locally. I mean, I can't use the settings that someone up the road uses because I'm so closer to the ocean, so I've got direct cold air coming on my attic where I keep it, so I have slightly different settings to. But a friend helped me dial them in. That's a bit of a chew on, to be fair. But it's it's not plug and play. It is fun, but
what did you do the Matildas in? Were they resin or
resin? Yeah, resin.
Yeah, okay.
But again, it's the thing is you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to hurt yourself because the stuff is nasty.
Okay.
It will burn you. Well, it won't burn you, but you'll get all sorts of nasty rashes on.
Gotcha.
And you've got to, yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, so that's the reason why you chose the Germans, which is kind of fortunate because I've chosen the British, and Chris has chosen the British as well. So, but yeah, I think the problem is I think a lot of people who play bolt action have one of each, don't they? Because you can't always know that you're going to get somebody who's got a they may have one army. So I think quite a lot of people have got both sides.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at something, but I don't want to do just what I want to do something different. I don't want to do British or American. I want to do maybe Australians. I don't know. Or Canadians.
Soviets would be quite cool.
Maybe Canadians.
Yeah. Cool. So that's hopefully answered that question.
2 questions.
Yeah.
2 questions.
What's up next, Mr. B? Who's next?
Next one.
Quizzatorium.
Any unusual tools or materials you use in the hobby?
Makeup things I use.
I think I've had something like this asked before, and
they're not really very unusual now, are they?
Chris said was the UV resin.
Yeah, I don't know if that's such an unusual thing anymore. I think I've seen quite a few people using it, especially. I saw a guy the other day on the internet using it for some Tyranids and wrapping it around so it looked like, and then painting it so it looked like blood, and ichor going between the claws and stuff.
All right.
Which looked pretty cool. But he'd done it clear and then was painting the red on top, where you can get dyes to dye it red and then, but however you want to do it. I started using, my wife does a lot of watercolor painting, which is over the last year, and I've started using some of her brushes that she doesn't use, like the fan brushes and stuff like that, because their bristles are quite, they're not as tight, so they're quite good for like a dry brush.
Oh, okay.
I think that's probably the most unusual thing that I use.
I use herbal tea for basting.
Oh, usual, yeah, but as you told us last time, it's all started to go off a bit.
It totally has.
Has a shelf life.
Yeah, I thought I had a kind of really cool shortcut. I don't. Unfortunately, it just obviously it just fades over time, which is a real shame. I think that dried used tea though would work, so I
Gotcha.
might try that for basing. So that's probably the most unusual thing that I have been using.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if I'm trying to think what's on my painting desk, and
I saw a thing today about using coconut fibre for basing.
oh yeah, that makes sense.
Quite a cool idea. And you can paint it, or you can use Mod Podge, whatever the heck that is.
Yeah.
It's just got like PVA glue, really. But I've no idea where you buy coconut fibre from, to be fair.
One thing I have used, which maybe is not that unusual, is cut-resistant gloves.
Hobbycraft. You can buy coconut fiber from Hobbycraft.
Okay, cool.
That's the only thing I can really think of. Everything else is, I mean, I've got some diorama things for like muddy puddles from AK Interactive, but again, that's not that unusual. The Brushmaster cleaner, it's all just stuff that everybody else is using. I mean, the vortex mixing, everybody else uses that. Just trying to think. No,
We're kind of
traditional.
Yeah. Let's probably think. I'm just trying to think. I really cannot think of anything on my desk that I wouldn't see on someone else's.
Going to a model shop, it's going to be there at some point.
Yeah.
I mix cat litter, not used, in with my basing material, which like
Okay,
some really
that's
big,
good.
like some really big rocks.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't use the used stuff, otherwise you realize some really big rocks.
And I mean, I was about to say, I started building my own carrying cases with the magnets and rolled steel sheets, but it's like, no, that's not that unusual now. Everyone's doing that.
I had an idea that's been rattling around my brain for a while now for bolt action terrain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all you have is a hollow structure of just like a hollow box, effectively, if that makes sense. So you just got the supporting bars. Okay. And then you have magnets in the bars so that when you make a building, you can switch out the fascias from all the sides, whether it's been damaged or destroyed or not.
That sounds kind of cool. It's probably been done, but it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, I see. I was just racking through my brain the other day. I was like, I bet that'd be. I'd have to 3D print it because I couldn't. Because you want to get the magnet sizes correct. But I was just thinking that would be quite a cool thing to do. Just be able to go when you hit a building, just take the front plate off the building and put a damaged front plate on it.
I see what you mean. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think
That's
of
what it is.
anything that I've used that is really. I mean, it's all.
Yeah, we are simple Simons, the lot of us.
Yeah. I mean, I've used some in the past when doing sculpting, although I'm not really do sculpting anymore. Some silicon clay shapers.
Yeah, I've got draw off one of those.
A mate did some used a soldering iron for shell craters in terrain.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing
too outlandish.
Nothing too outlandish. I think we're pretty much basic.
Basic bitches.
Yep, we are. Okay, next one. Now it's been a while. What are your opinions of Satline Terminators? I don't think any of you painted any of them.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
I like them.
One.
I haven't painted any yet. I like them. I've got an Iron Warriors army in the wings on my backlog with loads of them in. I'm going to max them out to the heck. I think
now that I'm starting to see some painted, I'm coming around.
I think they look all right. I'm not sure the Iron Warriors, they look great in Iron Warriors, but I think they do look better in non-metallic colours.
I like those
Salamanders ones.
Salamanders ones. I think they look, those are the best things I've seen.
I think when I first saw them, they seemed a bit goofy.
Yeah.
I think since, again, it's the same thing with this. Once the community got hold of them, I think they sort of looked at them and went, yeah, we can do better than that.
The Praetor is a great figure, I think.
The Praetor is, and I found this. I'm going to send you a picture of it later, but I like this. But
Not if it's anything like the normal pictures you send me after.
Yeah.
Dinner.
We've all seen the 2:00 in the morning message, Mr. B, and
We don't need to see that last turkey in the shop. No, thank you.
Oh,
I don't know if those people knew that you were taking their photo, but
Yeah.
don't share it with us. Don't bring us
Yeah.
into your world.
just trying to find a picture of it. Yeah, there it is.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was no. I think I'm coming round to them a lot.
I think a
more
full
now.
Saturn Terminator looks really cool. That was from Peter H, by the way, the question.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming round to them more now that I'm seeing them actually played. Sorry, painted. I haven't seen any played, but I've seen them painted, and I'm like, yeah, no, they are class. Okay,
Nice.
right. Next one.
This is a
Controversial
doozy.
question. This is a controversial one, I guess. Do hex-based war games like BattleTech and Ogre, going right for Michael's heart,
I have a simple
How-
solution to this.
as war games, or are they board games?
Okay, does it come with a board?
Mhm.
Then it's a board game.
No, I disagree. I think it's
What's Risk? What is Risk?
BattleTech does have miniatures you're supposed to paint, but I'm going to say it counts as a board game. But Alpha Strike doesn't use hexes, and therefore it's not a board game. And I prefer Alpha Strike.
Okay.
But that's
The new Gundam is also hex-based.
Yeah, it's a board game.
it's a board game.
Ogre is a war game, but a war game doesn't necessarily mean it's a tabletop miniatures game.
If it requires a board of some type, it's a board game.
Warhammer's played on a board.
No,
Where's
it
your board?
doesn't come with a board. It gets played on a
Played on
table.
variable terrain that you could.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it depends. There are sets of Warhammer that come with boards these days.
That is true. Hold on.
And
Let's see that's
Spearhead.
Yeah, and that's a board game.
No, I think a board game is a war game isn't always a tabletop miniatures game, and a war game isn't always a miniatures game. But a miniatures game isn't necessarily always a war. You know what I mean? It's like there's a distinct difference, and I think Ogre and BattleTech are board games, even though you've got quite some of the minis that you do. But Alpha Strike isn't a board game.
What was the game UW did with the one that I got that robot out of? That's
Blackstone Fortress.
Blackstone Fortress.
That was a board.
That was a
That
board
was a
game.
board game. It was a board game.
It came with a board.
No, I
Okay.
just think it's a board game in general because it's not a war game. It's different. It's different from a miniatures game. You have specific paths you can go.
But it's got miniatures.
Yeah, but it's a miniatures game isn't necessarily a war game,
Okay.
and a war game isn't necessarily a miniatures
I'm
game.
going to bring in AI here.
Oh,
Okay.
don't you say it.
Okay, go for it.
So according to Copilot, types of war game, obviously professional military war game, where they do proper war gaming, right?
Yeah.
Commercial hobby war games. First thing on the list, board games, miniature games, digital or video war games, Total War, Hearts of Iron, for example, entertainment and gameplay. And then you've got analytical war games, which are used by think tanks and stuff to simulate stuff. The core elements, according to this, is players represent sides, factions, or commanders. Rules and models define what actions are possible, how the outcomes are resolved. Scenario sets the initial situation objectives. Adjudication determines the results. And iteration often run multiple times to explore certain outcomes in other sorts of.
I think I would answer this, Gary, as I don't think there's necessarily a straight line between what counts as a war game and a board game, and it's a bit fuzzy in the middle. But we know
Okay.
Warhammer is not a board game, and Risk is not a miniatures war game. Does that make sense? But in the middle, it can be a bit fuzzy.
Board war games use a fixed map, often hex-based, and cardboard counters to represent units. Examples include Panzer Blitz or Empire of the Sun.
Why am I trying to fix it?
Miniature wargame involves moving physical 3D models of soldiers and vehicles on terrain, often using measuring tapes. Examples include Bolt Action and Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between, as I said, BattleTech and Warhammer. But even then, BattleTech Alpha Strike is not a board game.
Well, classic board and counts. This is interesting. Kriegspiel, 1824. It's considered the first ever war game developed by the Prussian military to train their officers with.
Yeah.
Tactics and Tactics 2, 1950 and 1958 by Avalon Hill.
Nice.
The game
I'm trying to think.
commercial war gaming for hobbyists.
Because who was it? There's some.
H.G. Wells did a war game, didn't he?
Was it H.G. Wells or was it Rudyard Kipling?
Rudyard Kipling, that's the one. Rudyard Kipling is
Little
the
Wars or something, wasn't it?
Kipling.
Because I think wasn't it what's his name? Tarkin used to play it. What's his name? Why can't I remember his name? Plays Tarkin in Star Wars.
Tarkin. Yes, Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing, yeah.
Didn't he used to play?
Yes, he did. There's a whole video on the internet of him with his Napoleonic war game.
But you get to a certain age and you're like, I want to open up a drawer and just have it full of Napoleonic little soldiers.
So, yeah. If it has a board, it's a board game. That's where I stand. Clearly in the title.
Okay.
Otherwise, Risk becomes a miniature war game.
I suppose it is kind of a war. It has tactics. I mean, to me, I suppose all board games could be war games, couldn't they? Anyway, interesting.
Risk has
is kind of cool.
Risk has miniatures that you move around to represent.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a doozy.
It's a good question.
Okay, right. You've caused enough consternation there, Gary. Okay, so next we have a few months ago you spoke about flow states. Is that really a thing? Because I never really get into what you described.
Oh, yeah.
What tricks do you use to trigger it?
If I knew this question, I would make a fortune with software developers because one of the that everybody's like, I get in the flow state.
I don't think there's a thing that you can say will work for everybody.
Yeah.
I think everyone's brains are wired in slightly different ways. So what might work for me might necessarily work for Mr. B or work for Graham or yourself, Adam. It's for me, I can put on a podcast or something that's a Critical Role on Spotify and just listen to it, and my brain just zones. So when I'm doing stuff for the show, I just put that on, and my brain just zaps into that.
Or an audiobook, or
I just need to have someone. Music doesn't do it very much. I've found recently,
I find
because I want to
music.
Yeah, I feel like my arms and my feet need to move if I'm listening to music.
The rhythm in you.
But if I'm listening to people talking, then I can just zone into.
Yeah, so quite a lot. Obviously, in software development, anyway, flow state's a big thing because it's when you're thinking about a problem and you're trying to solve a problem. It's about being able to sort of conceptualize that in your head and you're working away, and then you think, I'll do that, and now I'll think about this. And that's just when you have a problem when people interrupt you because all of that just
gets whacked.
I think, like you say, it's very subjective to the sort of person you are. I probably find it harder to get into flow state listening to something because I'm concentrating on listening to something. But then painting isn't really a problem-solving exercise, if you see what I mean. It's like a relaxing exercise to me. So but to get into that,
I find flow state works for a methodological relaxation thing as well.
Yeah, no, totally. Don't get me wrong. Being in that flow state is relaxing, but I think I'm not solving a problem. I'm just I'm going to put this color on this thing. Actually, very quickly, it was H.G. Wells and Wargaming, not Kipling.
Kipling.
So the thing was called Little Wars, which he published in 1913.
Okay.
That's what I said, isn't it?
You did. I thought it was Kipling. You were right.
You're right, Mr. B. When I was doing all the spreadsheet stuff for Company of Legends, which caused me no end of bother, I wish I could have worked out what my flow state mind was at that point. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's just like no distractions. It's basically geez, like throw your microphone around.
Yeah, that's it. Just,
God, everybody's now.
I was just assuming you were being attacked by a dog.
No, I the cable from my running from my microphone to my headphones. I hadn't realised it had gone under my arm, and so
Ah.
I've done that before.
So,
I
so
reached down to scratch my leg and took the microphone
that's
with
good.
me.
So I think the golden rule for flow state is nothing that's going to distract you from what you're doing is basically the way to get into a flow state. So you can't really have a conversation with somebody and be in a flow state at the same time.
Mm.
You're kind of focusing on the thing at hand is probably the way that I would describe it.
I mean, how would you trigger yours, Graham?
I'm trying to think when I was coding, it would be, you're basically cutting out distraction for me.
Fair
So
enough.
that would be having music on and headphones on so that I can't hear what's going on in the background and get drawn into a conversation or something. I just want to concentrate on the thing that I'm doing. So that's kind of how I've done it. And but that might be other people might listen to, like, say, a podcast or something else.
I tell you what, when someone interrupts the flow state and you're just getting into the flow, that's the worst.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's just, I end up going, why are you calling me? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. It's basically how you get your mind into focusing on the task, one task at hand or two tasks at hand. But whatever works for you to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a case of playing around and experimenting. I mean, I find sometimes it is the podcast, sometimes it's an audiobook, or sometimes it's a mindless film that I'm not really that invested in, but it just serves as a background sort of
Yeah,
focus.
stuff that you've listened to a lot or watched a lot.
And video game soundtracks can be good for that as well, especially for one I've played a lot. Because
sort of the whole point of them, though, isn't it? They're there to
I mean,
that's something very repetitive.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, if my wife's watching something that I'm not particularly engaged in and I'm painting at the same time, that works too.
Yeah.
Because I can
just not the imperial truth, because that sends you to sleep. I'm joking, Greg. I love you, man. But
sorry, because Mr. B can say that. If it was the other of us,
there'd be stiff words from.
There'd be
That said, I have not yet listened to the review of the Custodes yet, and it's been on my to listen to list for like too long now. It's like
it's getting late, Mr. B. So
yeah,
it'll help you nod off. I know you can't nod off later, so
no, I'm going to watch the thing.
Yeah.
So this is tonight.
Okay.
No, Greg, we do love you.
Okay.
What's next, Mr. B, on our Quizzatorium?
Okay, next up, it's an opinion. This is from Goonhammer, and it actually got me a little mad. I'm not going to lie, it got me a little mad here. Please forgive my hopping onto a soapbox, but sometimes feels as though Games Workshop has identified the burgeoning growth in the Lego sets for grown-ups and has decided that people actually enjoy the building part of putting their models together. After all, if people enjoy following the structure of the Lego, surely they enjoy doing the same for Warhammer. Let the seek for what I assume are the majority of the Warhammer-oriented people. We do not. Sticking models together is a necessary chore we do in order to get to the good stuff. Now, I'm going to let you guys respond, because I had to carefully write down my response to this, because this actually did get me a bit.
My thought on this was, A, how old is this person? Because it's not like it's a new thing. It's not like they suddenly Games Workshop went, do you know what we should start doing? Making models that are assembly required. You know, it's the whole backbone of the whole thing for the last 40 years, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they identified the burgeoning growth in Lego sets. That's sure they suddenly decided to do it. Of course they did. Absolute maniac. And also, there's nothing wrong with it. It's frustrating at times, but also you could do interesting things. You know, you don't have monopose models because you can assemble them how you want to assemble them.
I think he's absolutely right.
Yeah, I know you do, but you know,
because I mean, it's nonsense. The gun on the tactical marine, it's always going to go the same way.
Yeah,
why have it in 4 bits?
But why have? But then why not just have bits of paper that represent your figure?
The thing is, when you put them together, they just look the same anyway.
But they don't have to.
No,
they do now because the models are more sanitized because people like you don't want to put the effort in.
I don't see the point in having to put a gun on a marine. It just seems utterly pointless to me.
Because then what's he armed with?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But then I just don't. there's got to be a better way.
Guy that turns up and says, "Oh, this squad's actually
Yeah.
with plasma."
No arms, no
It's
all
not-
right.
No,
No.
it just irks me that how much I hate doing that because it's fiddly and it just seems like a waste of time. When I'd rather, if I was on a shoot, I would rather go 10 plasma guys. Yes, please. Oh, they got plasma guns. Rather than go, I've got 10 tactical marines now. I've got to buy the plasma gun upgrade for them.
Yeah, but you don't need. But you're never going to necessarily need 10 plasma guys. You buy a box of 10 plasma guys. You end up using 2 of them.
But
You're
you
wasting
do that
money
anyway.
on.
You don't use all the models that I have for every single unit. So I would rather personally. I mean, I loved the AOS models. I thought they were great. It was just like clip, bang, done. Because
I think every model looking the same on the board. I think you lose something in the.
Okay, the next time I play a game, I'm going to go and take a picture of the tactical marines and see how different they are to my tactical marines in terms of how they've been modelled. And I can.
Trust me, I've got enough of your photos of top-down units, so I can easily identify.
80% of the time, they're going to look exactly the same as each other. And so that's why I think it's just unnecessary chew.
Okay, I had to sit down and properly write something to this because it got me feeling. It got me feeling a little bit. Okay, so this feels like a pretty classic Goonhammer L, to quote Gen Z. The site is so deep into theory/math hammer and competitive play that of course they'd be into pre-built monopose models, less time fiddling with plastic, more time deleting your opponent's army off the table. From that angle, anything that slows down the path to maximum efficiency just gets written off as wasted effort. Now the thing is, in my opinion, wargaming has never been just about that. Some people love building, some people painting, some people just want to roll dice like Graham. And plenty enjoy the whole lot, or just sit there reading books like it's a full-time job, or more likely, various wikis. Acting like everyone shares the same skip to the shooting phase mindset is a bit rich, and might I say, a tad arrogant, especially when you look at communities like the Heresy crowd, who are often just as invested in how their armies look and feel as to how it actually performs on the battlefield. I think it doesn't jive with the Heresy that I've always known.
Harsh words from Mr. B's come out the fight.
It's not wrong.
I think wrong. Completely fucking wrong. But there you go.
At the end of the day, if someone doesn't enjoy building, that's absolutely fine. If all they can do is enjoy the playing, that's cool. If all they can do is enjoy painting, I mean, there's some people who will build Warhammer and never play, and that is cool. There's some mad lads out there who build, never paint.
Wazzy, for instance, he buys kits and he assembles them and he paints them. He never really plays them.
I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. He models
that's his. But then you would remove that by just having.
I suppose the question is which do more people buy the models? And this is the problem you had with Games Workshop in the past was, we're a model company that has rules or has games, and if that's the case, by all means, But I just don't think. I think you could do it with some figures, and I do agree with you. I'm being a bit facetious, Mr. B. You're not wrong in saying that. To sort of say that as a blanket statement that applies to everybody in the heresy world is not right, because it isn't. Like I say, people enjoy putting stuff together. That's fine. I just think that for the units that you're probably not going to spend a huge amount of effort on, like tactical marines, because they're tactical marines, why go to the extra effort?
But then you do have some people in our community who there are plenty though who will spend an absolute inordinate amount of time on a tactical marine. What's his name? Jack. Is it Jack Eldridge?
Okay, let me put it this way: if you were a 17-year-old and you like to play the game, what's going to be more appealing?
But that's a generalization. You don't know what that 17-year-old's interests are. That 17-year-old's interest might be, I want to make some cool models.
When I was 13, it was all the models. The game came second.
Yeah.
I found the game after I found the models.
You can't make... To say that all 17-year-olds just want to throw dice.
But equally, you can't say that
I know.
Everybody wants to model these as well.
No, I'm not.
No, I agree with that, Graham. I think it's a mixed hobby.
But removing one element doesn't saying that all models have to be assembled by everybody doesn't stop everyone getting their enjoyment from it. Whereas
Yeah,
saying they all have to be singular pose models does do that, because it reduces the amount of variability that people can put in to make their armies individual.
What I would say, Graham,
Yeah,
is
that's a fair
that
point.
your enjoyment of the hobby shouldn't be dictated by what I enjoy, and what I enjoy shouldn't be dictated by what you enjoy. Games Workshop and wargaming companies all over have created a hobby, and obviously there is a market for this. There are games that are pre-built models, just they don't appeal to you for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, I used to love X-Wing. I mean, there's no building required there.
Oh yeah, X-Wing was fine until it
Yeah,
got
they
ridiculous.
absolutely stuffed that game up.
But like BattleTech, a game I've mentioned a couple of times tonight, that doesn't have well, I don't think there's any building anymore. It's all pre-built stuff. But whether that's what your cup of tea or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point because I enjoy building Gundam, right? The actual
Yeah.
joy is building the Gundam. I mean, they're nice to look at, but fundamentally, I make them because I enjoy building them.
I get
Yeah.
you don't like to enjoy to build the same thing again and again and again when you need like 40 of them.
That's basically it.
But I mean, for me, I really
mean,
like building stuff.
I would just love it if they just went, here's this, you can do this, or buy this other kit if you want to arse about with it. That would be fine.
I mean, this word bearers kit I'm building, I've used a fair few 3D printed components in it because I couldn't find the ones I wanted, for example. And it's like there is customization even with that kind of thing, if you're willing to do it, or buy the bits off Etsy, or it just doesn't have to be the kit off GW, if that makes any sense.
I think the problem with this particular thing is the bit that says why Games Workshop are doing this when everybody doesn't want this, which isn't true.
I think the thing that annoys me the most about it is it feels as though Games Workshop has identified the burgeoning growth.
It's like, how long have we been? I mean,
that's the thing that gets me. It's like, this is a new thing. It's the thing that I read it and I was like, what now? This is,
I mean,
Yeah,
no
back in the day,
offense to any of us here, right? But there are people who've been doing this hobby longer than 3 of us have been alive.
I mean, if you look, take the first Thunderhawk, right? Was metal that you had to solder.
Yeah.
And even like Smab the Dragon back in the day when they did that one, the big dragon, we saw it at Warhammer.
Yeah.
This thing had to be soldered together.
I really love that model, but
from metal bits. So yeah, I don't think it's not a new thing, and I don't think you're right. I mean, I was being a little bit argumentative.
Do you remember that really mental Age of Sigmar dragon thing that they had that someone brought to what was it? The one down in Derby. What was it called?
Blood and Glory.
Blood and Glory. Yeah, there was a Chaos dragon thing that had been released on the Friday. It was massive, gouge, like bigger than.
Oh yeah.
You remember? And someone brought it, had got it built and painted in time for it starting at like 9 a.m. on the Saturday. But it was like, terrible in the game apparently.
But I think the article is wrong in suggesting that. I mean, it's just a pet hate of mine, which I've mentioned many times. Is that I'm not posing these figures, and I have to do 40 of them because I need 40 of them, and it's a pain. And I'd rather they just clipped on or something.
I mean, to be fair, standard Marines have never been very posable.
Yeah, I mean, even if you had the weapons that could clip, like they had, didn't they used to have them where the gun would go into the center point of the model?
Yeah, they've had one, like 2 or 3 part Marines in the past.
Yeah, they did like a box them, didn't they?
In like starter set, I remember the Assault of Black Reach was the.
Yeah.
Did I get the Battle for Macragge? I'm just trying to think if I got No, I didn't get Battle for Macragge because
Black Reach was the one that had the damaged or the broken.
No, that was Assault Macragge. That had the
was it?
the
terrain piece.
It was the Assault and Black Reach had the Orcs.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was all. I mean, that was a massive box set. But yeah, that was all snap fit.
Perfect.
And the current starter sets have all been more or less snap fit. but you still have to clip them off and get rid of.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, right? I'm okay with that. I guess it's just that for basic models, it would be nice to have that option, but it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get that. And yes, you're not wrong in what you say. But it would be, if they did it and didn't give people the option, then why do that when you're going to upset potentially people that the other way is sort of works for everybody just about.
Also, bearing in mind that you can buy a box of 20 Marines now, I think it is, for like 55 quid or whatever, and you get the upgrade kit for 30 quid, and then you've got the 20 base Marines to then mix and match with whatever weapons you want, because you can switch out the.
Yeah, I mean, we were speaking about list challenges for this in terms of this about before the end of the year. We've only done the one list challenge. We need to do another one.
Don't know what phrases.
Next episode we'll do one. But it was like, but we were like saying, okay, let's assume you have this sprue and this sprue.
Yeah,
I think it was the close combat weapon and the
what are the heavy weapons one?
Yeah, because it's like. I think they're a sprue that people have. Anyway, I think we've had enough of that because I think we can have a lot of opinions on that one. I've seen a lot of opinions about this online.
I think that you are both right.
You're right as well, Graham.
And I retract my. No, I'm not.
No, Graham, you don't enjoy the building aspect.
You're entitled to your opinion because you're not signing it as a generalization to everybody.
Yeah, I think that's what's annoyed me about this statement. It's that assumption that everybody, and I think there's a fear that this site, Goonhammer, I mean, yeah, it's got some good stuff. They've done good stuff in the past, and that's fine. But I think there's a fear that this site is that influential that what if GW starts listening to them and the next set is just Monopo's nonsense?
I don't know what would happen because
I don't think it would as well. But I think that it's like, why are you listening to people who literally are saying, "Oh, this is because of Lego"? And it's like GW hasn't been around as long as Lego, but it's
burgeoning.
It's been
market.
Like this. It's been like this since forever.
It does seem like a weird thing for a site that's supposed to know all about wargaming, for sure.
It does. It does make you wonder who on earth they've got, if they like hired AI to like replace all the writers, because it does seem a bit.
So well, I think, like I say, I do definitely think I was wrong, and I'm happy with that.
But I don't think you are necessarily wrong, Graham. I think you're coming to it from your point of view. You're not speaking for everybody.
No, but I did say that you were wrong and you weren't. You were right. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and we'll just move on.
What's next? What's next? Nothing, hopefully.
Nothing. We're done.
12 o'clock almost, and I require sleep. And you've got to be up in an hour and 10 minutes to tell us what happens at Adepticon.
I do. So let's go to
Right, my friends, once again.
Oh,
they know he's going to bed. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hope not, because it's going to wake the wife up. Okay, give us a sec. Stop parking. Okay, right, my friends, let's do it again. Right, my comrades, we have finally got to the end of this episode. We've covered some ground tonight, from crazy new releases to whether models should be just molded in one shape. And I think we touched on a lot of things and had some great content accordingly. If you did enjoy the show, which we hope you did, please do leave us some positive reviews on iTunes. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And obviously links for all of those things are in the show notes. This is like super important actually for us, because as we mentioned in the show, we don't get any, pre-release stuff that we could then cover and give you really good content on going forward. So if you could take the time, it'd be really important for us, on Apple and on Spotify. If you just give us a follow and give us a like, whatever you need to do there, and particularly on YouTube, just give our channel a subscribe. That would be amazing, and that would really help us to be able to say to the powers that be, actually, we'd quite like to give our listeners the ability to give our valuable decades-long experience and insight into your new release. So yes, please do that. Anyway, if you want to get in contact with us, which many people have, which is amazing, and we would like to see more of that, please feel free to, if it's about heresy or bolt action or anything else really in the wargaming space. Love to talk about it, and we enjoy it immensely. You can post on our Facebook wall, or you can send a message to our account and email us on info@edgeofempire.co.uk, which many people have done.
Yep.
If you, however, would want to make a more direct appreciation of the show, we have an affiliate link with Audible, so that you can sign up and get your heresy audiobooks quite lovely through them, with a month's free trial, and after that is $7.99 a month still. And of course, all the Black Library books are still going to be there, I'm assuming.
We hope.
So yeah, that could be interesting. Or you could go the next hog, and you can listen to our 1 hour pre-show where we talk about the things that we've been watching and listening to and playing over the last month. Which obviously spins into all sorts of crazy tangents. And you can become a patron of the show, which you can click on the link for our patron site. Or if you don't want to go to that level of commitment, you can just pop a couple of quid into our Ko-fi account to help keep the lights on and the hosting of the site and everything else.
If anybody does that, I'll sing from the rooftops.
We'll give them a special mention. And again, you can also go help us out by going through the advert on our website to, if you want to buy your stuff from Element Games, you can click on that, and that gives us a little bit of recognition from Element Games. And we've also got Element Crystal Codes, which are lovely for us. I had £11.50 in Element Crystal Codes the other day. No idea where they came from. And if you put our code numbers in, you also get crystals, double crystals actually, and we get normal crystals. So if you want to use Chris's crystal code, it's CHR211. Mine is GRA2794, and Michael's is MIC440. We also have affiliate links with the Outpost, which is another great little FLGS, which is in Sheffield. So that's it. Next episode, who knows what craziness is going to descend upon us.
We'll do a list challenge.
Some kind of list challenge is definitely well overdue. We haven't done one yet this year. So, and if you've got any ideas for a list challenge, of course, email them in. That would be great if you want to see us go head to head and see who comes out top in terms of combat effectiveness, overall theme, and cheapness. So
all about the cheapness. That's where the real points.
That's always where the winner.
That's where the real points are in who can do it the cheapest.
Guns for show, cheapness for a pro.
Exactly. That's the tagline.
That's what we say on the show.
Put it on the billboard.
Yeah. Right. Have a great month, you all, and enjoy whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it.
Yep. See you later.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Love and snuggles.
There we go. Now I can.
I forgot the line.